Clemens, Jimmy Rogers, and Tex Winter. The trainer is Chip Schaefer, and the head coach, Phil Jackson. And the starting lineup tonight for Chicago: 6'2" guard from Iowa, number 10, B.J. Armstrong. 6'6" guard from Miami of Ohio, number 9, Ron Harper. 7-foot center from Vanderbilt, number 32, Will Perdue. A 6'11" forward from Croatia, number 7, Tony Kukoc. And a 6'7" forward from Central Arkansas, number 33, Scottie Pippen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for your Seattle SuperSonics.
Welcome back to the Tacoma Dome along with Marcus Johnson. I'm Kevin Calabro. Let's now meet the starting lineup for the Seattle SuperSonics. They are second in the Pacific Division, third best right now in the Western Conference. And the starting lineup: George Karl, of course, the coach of the Sonics, assisted by Bobby Weiss, Dwayne Casey, Terry Stotts on the bench, Frank Furtado, the trainer of the SuperSonics. George's record 177 and 73 in his first season with the Sonics. Gary Payton will be at the point, the all-star point guard in his 5th year from Oregon State, averaging 20 points and 7 assists per ball game. At the other guard will be Kendall Gill, 6'5" and 200 from Illinois, now in his 5th year, averaging close to 15 points per ball game and 4 rebounds. In the middle, it will be Sam Perkins, big smooth, 6'9", 255 out of North Carolina, now in his 11th year, averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds a game. At one forward will be Detlef Schrempf, 6'10" and 235, the all-star in his 10th year, averaging 18 points and 7 rebounds. And to complete the triumvirate of all-stars heading to Phoenix this weekend, the Rain Man, Shawn Kemp, the man-child, 6'10", 245 in his 6th year, 18 points, 10 rebounds per ball game, averaging 33 minutes per contest. The Chicago Bulls starters you've met just a moment ago. Let's take a look at how they match up now with Marcus Johnson's matchups.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen, Shawn Kemp, two guys involved in the trade talks. Scottie Pippen, again, one of the best all-around players. Shawn having a nice, consistent season.
Skipper's Restaurant.
Tony Kukoc, Detlef Schrempf, two foreigners going against each other. Kukoc from Croatia, an outstanding player. Has been down a little bit lately. Detlef Schrempf, again, an all-star, just having a nice, steady year. Will Perdue, Sam Perkins. Sam Perkins, outside threat. Will Perdue, basically a dunker, dunk shot artist. Ron Harper has struggled big time. They paid a lot of money for him when they got him from the Clippers. Kendall Gill had the nice game from the perimeter. Let's see if he can keep the stroke going from the outside. And two fine point guards, B.J. Armstrong out of Iowa, Gary Payton, both playing at the top of their games right now. B.J. Armstrong averaging about 18 points a game on this road trip compared to 15 points a game for the season.
So we're set to go. The officials tonight are Tommy Nunez, Ronnie Garrettson, and George Tolliver. Gary Payton, he's going to stay up all weekend in Phoenix. I mean, all weekend. He will stay up for 72 hours. And we'll probably be chatting and talking with anybody that will listen.
What a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
All-time series, Bulls lead at 55-45 at home. The Sonics 29-20. Last meeting, January 6th. Sonics snapped a 10-year drought, a Michael Jordan drought in Chicago, winning at the United Center narrowly over the Bulls. Kukoc had 32. Here's the tip. And it is deflected up in the backcourt and controlled by the SuperSonics.
Should be a good game. Both teams want to end this first half of the season on a positive note.
Payton circles off a Perkins picked up by Kukoc, right-hand side of the arc, skip it low to smooth. Backs down to Perdue, shakes right, spins left into the lane, got into the air, had it, lost it, got it back, and turned and scored from about 3 feet away.
You see what the Sonics want to do, go right at Will Perdue. He of the Jason Friday the 13th mask, got a broken nose. suffered against the Clippers, Tony Massenberg.
Kukoc inside, BJ posted, but there stands Big Smooth. He'll wheel outside with a dribble. Plant his feet, pop a long one, and got a 20-footer. BJ Armstrong, averaging 15 a game, a 45%er, but a 40% three-point shooter. He's dangerous. He's hit 62 of 153 this year. We're tied at 2-2. Gill skips off the Kemp pick. Left-hand side over to Payton out of the corner. Raises with a three. It won't go. Rebound grab away from Perdue. Flat-footed by Perkins, who will take the three ball and got it. Sam Perkins.
Sam Perkins coming out aggressive offensively. He could be on his way to a big night.
5-2 score. Kukoc out high on the left. Down low, it's Will Perdue. Double teamed on the block by Payton and Perkins. Skips it low to BJ. Doubled in low. He'll kick it outside. 3 seconds in the lane. Whistled on the Chicago Bulls. BJ Armstrong.
Yeah, whenever they double team like that, you kick it into the post and you don't take the shot and try to kick it out. It's almost an automatic three in this league. One of the few automatic threes.
10:41 left, first quarter play. Seattle leading 5-2. Payton whirls off of Perkins, pick, stops, shovels it outside. Sam fakes a three. Perdue picks him up. Sam in low to Kemp. Jump steps into the lane. A high hook over. Kukoc won't go. Rebound controlled by Perdue, but his outlet pass deflected and stolen by Payton. Shovels it to Gill, up, fakes Harper off his feet. Takes a 15-footer to the rack. Rimmed it. Rebound, Tony Kukoc. Kukoc with the left to right hand across midcourt. Look out if he gets in deep. A pull up, pump fake from 15. Skips it on a back cut over to BJ. Picked up on a baseline by Payton. He'll float a high one over him and got it. BJ Armstrong.
BJ stroke, couple of dribbles in, a little step back, but Kendall Gill's got to knock down an open shot if he wants to be considered
5-4 score. Outside, Kemp with it. Shawn Kemp beyond the three-point ring, centers it to Payton, flips it cross-court to Schrempf, in low to Gill. Isolated, he backs down on BJ, swings it outside. Gary for three, he nailed it. Gary Payton hits the three ball.
Like that. I mean, you got to knock down the open jump shots in this league. You don't get very many of them.
8-4 the score. Armstrong the other way. Pull-up jumper from 17. His cast won't go. Perkins grabs his rebound. It's third. Out it comes to Kemp. Barrels in on Kukoc. Fends him off with the left arm. Dribbling with the right. Kukoc leans into him, and a foul is called on Tony Kukoc. That is the first foul on Tony.
That's the first team foul in the quarter against Chicago.
Sam Perkins, nice rebound inside, and Shawn Kemp's just going to put his head down and try and blow by Kukoc. Too much contact outside. Gets Tony Kukoc.
Kemp eludes Kukoc on the baseline, slides in on Perdue, and jams it down with two hands. Shawn Kemp getting Seattle on top by 6 at 10-4. The Bulls played last night. They lost to the Portland Trailblazers. 9:18 left here in the first quarter of play. The Chicago Bulls call a timeout. Phil Jackson is in animated discussion with Will Perdue during this 22nd timeout.
Yeah, he didn't come over and help quick enough after Shawn Kemp beat Tony Kukoc on the baseline. Shawn Kemp does his nice little drop step spin move, and where is Will Perdue? He's a little bit too late. He should have been there earlier. They know that's Shawn's pet move. You got to get help right away. Give it to Tony Kukoc. He's definitely outmanned down there in the low post. The Sonics need to continue to go with that matchup.
Early shooting, Seattle's at 4 of 8, and the Bulls are 2 for 3, and Scottie Pippen hasn't yet touched the basketball until now. He'll bring it in bounds for the Bulls. Scottie smiling, 9:18 to go in the first quarter. Scottie on his West Coast tour has had some pretty big ball games. Here's Kukoc driving left-hand side, lays up the scooper on a run. He drew a bump, and will go to the line with a chance at a three-point play. Shawn Kemp, one-on-one, could not shut off Kukoc.
Yeah, and Shawn, that's a mental lapse on his part. Kukoc is very strong going to the left hand. Make him beat you going with the right. He's really explosive when he gets that first step.
Kukoc, a left-handed shooter, was selected in the second round of the draft in 1990. And then it was up to Jerry Krause to sign him. And he did.
Bulls
just a couple of years ago.
Bulls extend, because the Bulls extend their pressure, trying to make the Sonics work some time off the clock. They're really aggressively trapping.
Pippen and Armstrong up on Payton, gets rid of it to Perkins, over to Schrempf to the baseline, pull-up jumper, he got it. And that's the first time Detlef has touched the ball on the offensive end. And Seattle leads at 12-7.
But Schrempf and Pippen very similar to that way. They don't force a lot of things. They let the game come to them.
Gill and Payton run a Kukoc. He gets rid of it to Perdue. He steps out, feeds to Pippen, in low to Tony, trapped on the baseline. He'll circle outside, flip it Armstrong, drives up into the alley, drew contact from Perkins, skips it over to Perdue, and there he is with a banked 12-footer left side. It's a 12-9 ball game. Seattle leading. 8:29 to go in the first quarter. Gill in low to sudden Sam. Palms that ball with the left hand. Backing down to Perdue. Turns to the baseline. Wheels up the follow Jay. Hangs on the rim and rattles in. And it could be his night, MJ.
Yeah, off to a quick start. He's got Will Perdue on him. He can get his shot off of Will Perdue anytime he wants.
14-9 to score. Armstrong sets up in the corner. Gill taking away his right hand. He won't use the baseline. Outside of Pippen onto Harper. They'll let him freewheel, and he bombs in the three. Ron Harper nails it. He's only shooting 41% from the field. Payton comes the other way. Drives to the baseline off the Kemp pick. His underhanded flip hit the back of the rim and rolled off. A foul is called as Perdue had the rebound. Batted away by Payton in frustration. That is the first foul on Gary Payton.
Yeah, Gary knows he should have finished that shot, but he's got to get on track here also. He had the whole team fell apart in the fourth quarter offensively.
14-12 ball game, 7:48 to go. First quarter. Pippen in low to Kukoc, looking to tie it. Hands to Harper, runs to the baseline and jams it down. Ronnie Harper running that baseline unmolested.
They said his legs were gone.
We said his legs were gone in Chicago. 14-14. Gill hands off to Schrempf, curls off to Perkins, pick into the lane, stops, tried to hook pass in low, deflected by Pippen or Perdue. They were doubling him. The ricochet comes free, and BJ's got it to midcourt. Up to Kukoc, stops beyond the three-point ring. Comes off the Perdue pick. Backpedals outside the three-point arc. Head and shoulder fake on Perkins. Runs the baseline. Sweeps in a high left-handed hook over the oncoming Kemp. What a beautiful shot. Kukoc with 5, and the Bulls take the lead at 16-14. Back comes Perkins with a 3. And he'll pull up and nail another one. Perkins has hit 2 threes, has 10 points, and he has hit 4 out of 5 now.
Yeah, you can tell when a player starts to feel it, gets into that zone.
Pippen out high on the right, slides it to Perdue, hands off to Armstrong. BJ off the Perdue pick. Hits his 18-foot cast. Looks like everybody's got the shooting eye tonight. BJ bumps it in for 6. In low, early offense. Gill skips it to Perkins. Tried to run the baseline, but was bumped by Will Perdue. The foul is on Perdue, and a timeout is called on the floor. The score, Seattle 17, Chicago 18 here on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
For providing tonight's Sonics posters. Be sure to collect the whole series. Just visit your nearest JCPenney Simply for Sports Department for details. But beware, fans, there are troubles with money. Lavish parties tend to leave you feeling tired the next day. And Lamborghinis, well, they get bad gas mileage. If you think you can handle these troubles, stop by the lottery booth on the Upper Northwest Concourse. Purchase your lucky lotto ticket. The next lotto jackpot worth $8 million. Do you feel lucky?
Got a little softball action for you, Tony Kukoc. You know he's going left. The whole arena, everybody that defends him. But he's like this guy who used to play with the Knicks named Sly Williams. Even though you know it's coming, he's still able to get there and get the shot off. And there's southpaw number 2. Big, smooth, fights and battles for the offensive rebound. Defense kind of clears out for him and says, hey, what the hey? I'll go ahead and take this. I'm hot. I can make it. Twine time. Bottom.
Sonics would like to draw your attention to the West End scoreboard screen as we welcome tonight's special groups.
Both teams shooting at an amazing rate. Bulls 8 of 9, and the Sonics are 7 for 12. Kukoc 5, Harper with 5, BJ Armstrong with 6. Perkins has been the man for Seattle with 10 points, including a couple of threes. Payton has hit a 3. Kemp and Schrempf have added field goals.
Well, you know one thing for sure, the Bulls aren't going to keep shooting at that torrid pace. Don't know about the Sonics per se.
The SuperSonics have had 3 of 4 from three-point range. They've held a 6-point lead in this game, but the Bulls have come back now to take an 18-17 lead. 6:41 left in the first quarter of play. Combined, the two teams have hit 15 and have attempted 21 shots. Kemp drives into the lane on the inbounds pass. Takes it right at Will Perdue. Drew a bump from Perdue, and that is the second foul in the last 10 seconds on Will Perdue.
And that's one of those calls, those Rodney Dangerfield type calls. Purdue's not going to get any respect at all. Anytime Shawn comes near him and draws contact, it's going to be a foul call.
And they're actually going to give it on Pippen, not Perdue. Pippen with his first. Kemp to the line, hits the free throw. Shawn shooting 77% from the free throw line. Has tied the game at 18. Second free throw up and in. A 19-18 contest. Seattle on top early. 6.5 minutes to go in the first period. Ron Harper moves to midcourt. Swings it to Armstrong. Out on the wing. Kukoc covered by Kemp. Looking low with 14 on the shot clock. Perdue with a big screen. Kemp picks up Perdue on the low block. Perkins steps on a Kukoc. Kukoc on the point to Armstrong, over to Pippen. One-on-one and Detlef. Slants him with the left hand and packs him with the left hand, running right to the rack. What a play. Pippen's first deuce back on the Sonics. Chicago leading 2019. Schrempf the other way, drives into the lane through a nice little shovel pass right by Kukoc to Kemp for the jam.
You know, Kevin, as soon as one team decides to play a little defense, someone might be able to take a lead here. Guys just getting to the rim at will.
Kukoc with the ball out high. Looks like an all-star game. In low to Pippen. Backing down on Schrempf. Double team. There are 3 all-stars over in the corner. In low to Perdue. He'll lay it up and in. Drew the foul from Payton. That is his second. And Will Perdue will go to the line on a 3-point play possibility.
We're on a pace for both teams to score about 130, 140 points in this game. Double team there, not really aggressive. And mismatch inside. Payton on Perdue. Payton tries to use the glove, but not that time.
The Bulls average just 100 points per ball game. Perdue skips it up and in on the free throw. 23-21 the score on the inbounds. Gary trapped by BJ and Kukoc, gets rid of it to Perkins, throws it cross court to Kemp, and he'll hold it. We'll wait for Gary to get across the 10-second line. Chicago's at 10 of 11 from the field. Seattle 8 of 13. Payton on the point, covered by Pippen. Now looking to Detlef. He's got it on the block. Takes it, turns, falls away, and is hammered by Armstrong and Pippen. They both got him, and Kemp will, or I should say, Detlef Schrempf will step up for 2 shots.
Detlef gets the ball. It could have turned to his left shoulder. It had some space. Goes back to the right toward the defenders. There's Armstrong with a rake across the arm. Detlef has been shooting that little fade away to the left. Real nice, like the last couple of games.
You know, what was really interesting about that play is the fact that BJ and Pippen nearly came sprinting over to Schrempf to help him up. Which
I caught that. I was like, what? They like Detlef. these guys really like each other.
Maybe they want to be traded to the Northwest. You never know. Schrempf second one up and in. Schrempf with 4 points.
Let's not brown those 2 tough guys. Okay?
Detlef, please get me out of Chicago. 23-23 the score. 5:22 left. First quarter play. Pip with the ball out high on the right. Over to Harper. Harper looking for space, skips it on the baseline. Pip turns, elevates, banks it up and in. Scottie Pippen.
Boy, he's tough. He's listed at 6'7" with his arms, plays about 6'9". Just a tough task anywhere he's on the floor.
Payton in low to Kemp, uses his size advantage on Kukoc, dribbles right by him, a beautiful drop step, and used the left hand to scoop it up and in. Nice play.
But again, very porous defense by the Bulls, just trying to able to get where he wants to, anytime he wants to.
Seattle's in 9 of 14, Bulls 11 of 12 from the field. What's up? Pippen on the baseline, behind the back, wrap around, intercepted by Gill, comes out of the backcourt with a dribbling right hand, throws the bullet over to Detlef into the lane, reverse right-handed flip up and in. Great find by Gill.
That was a nice pass. That was done with one hand. Very rarely do we see Kendall Gill make a pass like that.
27-25, 4:31 left in the first quarter, Seattle leading. Cross-court pass, Pippen intended for BJ, intercepted by Payton. Up ahead to Gill, runs into the lane, diverts a man, lays it up and in as he goes right by Kukoc. Kendall Gill with a deuce.
And George Karl Ever, the battler, he wanted the foul. I thought Kendall was slapped on the wrist.
Seattle has hit 11 of 16 from the field. The Bulls 11 of 12. It is a shootout here in Seattle. 29-25, 4:13 left in the first. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. (29-25) Sonics leading the Bulls by 4. 4:13 left in the first quarter. Check out the Sonic defense.
Yeah, there's Kendall Gill, just jumps into the passing lane on the wraparound attempt by Pippen, and he's surveying the court, surveying. He spots a wide open Schrempf. Detlef does the rest, that's reverse layup. And some more defense in the passing lane. The Sonics scoring buckets off of turnovers, trying to get the easy buckets. Kendall runs court. Now watch this finish, kind of just change up the ball in midair. Good job, Sonics on the defensive end again.
And they nearly disrupted exchange from Harper to Corey Blunt. It comes outside of Harper, cross court to Pippen. He'll launch a 3 and hit it. Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen playing out of his mind. 29 points, 11 rebounds a game on this road trip.
29-28. Sonics lead is 1. 3:51 to go first quarter. McMillan now handles it out high on the left. In low to Payton, trying to whirl a pass into Kemp, but threw it right to a surprised Will Perdue. Chicago will bring it up, and Harper has it out high on the left. Skips it mid-block right side. Perdue looking left and right. Double team to Blunt. 15-footer for Corey. In and out. Rebound rim high. Grabbed by Kemp. Deflects it away from Harper, who takes a chop. That's Shawn. Kemp fires the outlet pass to McMillan. Cross-court it comes to Kendall Gill. They'll wait for Kemp to come down the floor. They try to feed low to Perkins, broken up by Perdue, grabbed by B.J. Armstrong. Third turnover on Seattle. B.J. pull up 15-footer, his cast up and in. B.J. with 8 in the first quarter. Both clubs continue to hit hot, hot, hot. Armstrong is at 4-4. 30-29, Chicago by 1. Payton darts into the lane, slants to the hole, skips it outside to Gill. He'll run, Harper all over him, out to Perkins, 4-3, in and out. Rebound deflected, Kemp in a tip match. Harper will win it.
Good play.
Flicks it up the floor, intercepted by Payton. To the glass, switches right to left hand and lays it up and into the finger roll.
Good play, Shawn Kemp. Ron Harper went airborne to save that ball. Shawn jumped in front of Scottie Pippen, so that passing lane was closed, and Harper tried to throw it to another teammate. Gary Payton was right there.
Chicago's hit 13 of 15. Seattle 12 of 18 from the field. Corey Blunt wires a pass intended for who? Either Pippen or B.J. Armstrong, neither of which were near the ball, and threw it right out of bounds. So Chicago turning the ball over now and getting a bit sloppy with it. They have 5 turnovers tagged against them. Luke Longley will step in, the redhead out of New Mexico. He's in Australia now in his 5th year of professional basketball. Traded last year for Stacey King, coming over from the Minnesota Timberwolves. 31-30 the score. Vinny Askew's in for Seattle. McMillan whirls by Armstrong to the baseline. Harper there to deflect the shot away. Armstrong comes up with it. Gallops up the center of the floor, sends it to Pippen. Cross court to Blunt. Into the lane. Raises with a jump hook. Deflected by Kemp. And the basket is ruled good. Goaltending to call. Corey Blunt will get the deuce.
That's a good call. Actually, Corey Blunt was shooting it over Sam Perkins. Shot in the back line. That's going to be goaltending every time.
Seattle bringing it bad. Perkins has it jabbed away out of bounds. Last touch by the Chicago Bulls. Bill Cartwright, the former Bull, has the 3 championship rings. He'll step in now for the SuperSonics. McMillan will bring it in bounds with 19 on the shot clock to Gill. To the baseline he comes, scampers by Harper. Ron from behind deflects it away, but across the baseline to Kemp. Outside to Nate for a 3. He got it. It's a 2-pointer. They're going to rule it at 2. The toe was on the line. 34-32. Seattle by a deuce. A minute 53 to go in the first period. Armstrong on top to Harper. Ron Harper to Blunt, slanting through the alley. Out it comes to Longley. Thought about it. Now will take the 12-footer. Missed it. Rebound deflected by Pippen, but off the glass it comes to the Rain Man. Centers it to McMillan. Up into the alley.
Nice.
Looks a couple of defenders off. Goes to the hole and shovels it up and in.
Sonics continue to increase the defensive pressure. That's been the key.
Seattle by 3. Ball stripped away from Harper. Grabbed in midair by Pippen. He'll whirl outside with a left-hand dribble. Checked by Askew. Send it on top. 2-man play. Blunt and Armstrong. Armstrong jab steps right. Goes off the Blunt pick. Tried to jump pass. Deflected by Kemp. Grabbed by McMillan. Lead pass up in the front court. Met Kemp beautifully to the glass. He'll finger roll it over Armstrong up and in. Count the basket and send the man-child to the line.
Shawn Kemp doing his Kellen Winslow impersonation. The tight end guarded by the small defensive back. McMillan with the outlet pass. Watch Shawn just out-battle the dominion to B.J. Armstrong. Nice finger roll finish. Got the good roll, the kind roll, but a nice athletic play by the Rain Man.
Free throw up and in. It rattled around and it fell. And the Sonics now lead it by 6 again, 38-32. With a minute 10 left in the first quarter. Steve Kerr out of Arizona in the lineup now for the Bulls. Pivot outside off the Longley pick up to Kerr. Good shooter. Stops. Double. Outside Pip for 3 with Cartwright running at him and rimmed it. Rebound in traffic.
Nice.
Corey Blunt had it. Went up and then it wasn't there. No more. McMillan reaches in to strip him of the ball. Out of bounds. Chicago possession.
Look at Steve Kerr, Kevin. Looks like he's been hanging out in coffee houses a little too long. A little goatee thing.
Goatee going, man.
Beatnik thing.
We'll go with the Soundgarden look. Here's Longley on the baseline. Shoots it outside to Pippen. He'll launch one. He missed it again. Rebound to Kemp.
Nice.
Long lead pass up in the front court. Gill out leads Harper for possession. Crossover dribble by Kerr into the lane with the left hand over Longley. No! He was hammered and fouled. George Karloff off the bench working Ronnie Garrettson. And Ronnie Garrettson, I think, is going to give Georgia Tech. He will.
Terry Stotts grab him, Terry, if you want to keep in the game. He got the one. George is pretty upset. He's been upset for a long while in his first quarter. A lot of guys on the Sonics have taken the ball aggressively to the basket. There's been no fouls called. Take a look at Kendall. He's going to just kind of switch it up to the left hand and watch the body contact, though, against Luke Longley. That's where George is complaining. Luke just kind of turns that big caboose into Kendall.
Steve Kerr will go to the line. You mentioned something, we had to get away to a timeout, though, Marcus, about you like the fact that George is up even after that big play. He wanted a call a moment ago. Now he's up defending Kendall Gill after he gets banged. And as a player, that shows you something.
Oh, yeah, he loved that. You see your coach over there just fighting for you and going into battle for you. It just makes you play harder.
Bulls are bringing it bounds. Kerr hits the technical foul shot. He's almost automatic from the line. Here comes Chicago. Harper driving hard to the glass. Racks up Askew. They both go to the floor, but Harper converts 7 points for Harper early on. He's hit 3 of 3.
I think that's the hardest I've seen Ron Harper take the ball to the basket in a couple of years.
Yeah, he could be the wild card guy that we always talk about in these ball games. If he can have any kind of game at all tonight against Seattle. Askew in on the block with it. Cartwright takes Longley in deep to the dotted line, flips it up, it rolls off. He drew a bump, and will go to the line for 2 shots. The foul is on Longley his first.
The Sonics isolating Bill Cartwright against Luke Longley, and that's the advantage of having a veteran around that the referees know and respect. He's going to get these type of calls. If that was D'Antonio Wingfield or Irvin Johnson, they would call traveling against them, you know, or incidental contact and no foul. But because of the respect for Bill, he's going to get those calls night in and night out.
Cartwright?
Or every 4th or 5th night.
And when he plays.
Week in and week out, we'll say.
Chicago substitutions, number 10, B.J. Armstrong.
B.J. Armstrong will check in, along with Tony Kukoc. Longley will exit, along with Corey Blunt. And Detlef Schrempf now will come off the bench for Shawn Kemp. Kemp playing with 1 foul. 39-35 the score. Sonics leading the Bulls by 4 with 17 seconds left in the first period of play. Kemp comes out with 11 points. He's hit 4 of 5 from the field and has 3 rebounds. The officiating crew wants to mop up some perspiration on the lane.
We're talking about Tony Kukoc this last week and the way he struggled. His minutes are way up this year compared to last year. He was inserted into the starting lineup, and you know it's a lot tougher when you're a starter. You're playing long minutes against some physical power forwards around the league. I think he's hitting that wall of fatigue that we talk about the Sonics extend their pressure.
Bill Cartwright hits a couple of free throws after the made free throw. A little look of full court pressure. Then they drop back to the half court, and they come right after Harper. Gill comes swooping at him, but he gets rid of it to Armstrong. Kukoc back to BJ. Will he take the long jumper? He won't. He's wrapped up by Askew, and a foul called on him.
Fouls on for 17, Vincent Askew, his first.
And that is the first foul in the last 2 minutes of play, and the Sonics are not over the limit. So with 2 and 9/10 seconds remaining, Chicago will bring it in bounds, leading, or I should say trailing by 5.
An interesting substitution. Gary Payton comes into the game for defensive purposes. Obviously, I guess George wants to go for a steal.
Pippen cross court, Kukoc with it, covered by Askew, fires a 3, got off a good shot, and he hit it at the buzzer. Tony Kukoc with a quick little head fake, stepped by Vinny Askew and drained a 3. Kukoc with 8 points, and the Seattle SuperSonics with a 2-point lead after 1, 40-38 in the pre-All-Star game here at the Tacoma Dome.
John will throw his 2 planes first. Go ahead, John. Well, the runner-up will receive a Southwest Airlines discount ticket coupon. If both contestants hit the target, the contestant's plane hitting closest to the airplane logo will be the winner. It's Dawn's turn now to throw her 2 planes. Go ahead, Dawn. Well, congratulations to John Callahan of Tacoma. You've just won 2 rounds of tickets on Southwest Airlines, the low-fare airline.
Shooting in the first quarter was unbelievable. Seattle hit 15 of 23, 65%. Chicago 16 of 24, 67%. Free throw shooting 7 of 7. Seattle 3 of 3. Chicago. The Bulls will bring it up. Kerr is trapped and double teamed by Askew and Payton. Swinging out high on the right to Harper. In low to Blunt. Backs and turns and looks, and a foul is called in low. This one is on Vinny Askew. Second on Vincent Askew.
Sonics trying to turn the defense up a couple of notches now. A little bit more pressure on the ball. Hopefully stop the drives to the basket for the uncontested layups.
Both teams in the first quarter hit 3 of 5 from three-point range. Luke Longley has it on the block, whirls in, and illegal defense. Whistle off the ball on the SuperSonics. Sonics, for the third time this season, has scored 40 points in one quarter.
Sonics want a fast-paced game. The Bulls are 9-0 when they have 2 days rest in between games, and well under 500 when they play back-to-back.
Kukoc fires a baseline jumper, missed it. Rebound Cartwright. Hands off to McMillan down the right side. Over to Detlef. Steps right, cuts left, into the lane, doubled outside to Vinny. Rotated to Payton. Chest pass to McMillan. Great ball movement. McMillan now steps up, fires a 3, and rimmed it off. Rebound grab by Corey Blunt. Blunt out to Tony Kukoc across midcourt. Kukoc, corner court right, delays, feeds to Luke Longley. Longley up at the head of the key, looking right now, left, swings it outside to Harper. Ron Harper to Tony Kukoc. Pivots, steps left, moves right, knifes into the lane, double teamed, over to Hart, juggles the ball, fires a bomb, rimmed it. Detlef high into the air for the rebound. Will peel out across midcourt, slip it ahead of McMillan. Seattle leading by 2. McMillan will pull up. Over it comes to Askew, overplayed by Harper, who deflects the ball out of bounds. It's a 40-38 game. Seattle leading by 2 with 10:50 to go here in the second period.
Ron Harper with the Clippers, he was usually one of the leaders in steals. He can do that, get those long arms in the passing lane.
McMillan handles the basketball out high. Nate covered by Harper, swings it mid-block right side. Payton backs in, double teamed outside to Vinny, raises for 3. It rims off. The heel of the iron. It is collected by Harper. Will swing it up to Steve Kerr. Kerr, right sideline, centers it to Harper, hands off to Blunt. They work a 2-man play. Blunt handing off to Harper, works into the lane, but dumps it outside under the guard of Schrempf to Kerr. Kerr hands to Blunt, cross court, Harper slants him with the left hand, jabbed away from behind by Detlef. 2-on-1 ahead of Payton. Payton shoveled it back to Det, over to Gary, into the lane, lays it up and in.
Sweet, the 2 guys, Detlef and Gary Payton ran that fast break with a lot of animation.
42-38 to score. Kerr with the ball at the point, skips it over to Corey Blunt. Back pick, Harper, deflected by McMillan. Grabbed by Cartwright, lost by Cartwright. Longley picks it up. Batted by Cartwright outside of Kukoc. In low to Harper. Ronnie backs, whirls. McMillan reaches in. Harper lifts it up and hooks it home. He's got 9 points.
It's a nice drop step. Started in the paint, then drop step back to the glass.
42-40. Payton wriggles into the lane, switches right to left hand, missed it. Rebound. Detlef Schrempf delayed and then went into the air and drew the foul. Corey Blunt nailed it.
Increase the speed of the basketball game. The Sonics know this team is a very tired team. They've been on the road the game before the All-Star break. Gary taking the strong switches with the left. Detlef attacks the glass. You see no one blocking out, no active legs at all for the Chicago Bulls.
42-40 the score. Sonics leading, 9:41 to go in the second quarter. Detlef steps up and hits the free throw.
Substitution for Chicago.
Pete Myers will check in for the Chicago Bulls. 6'6", 180 at Arkansas Little Rock in his 8th year. The SuperSonics have hit 8 of 8 from the line. The Bulls have only attempted 3. They've hit all 3. Second by Detlef. Got it. Schrempf with 8. The Sonics lead it by 4, 44-40. 9.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Pete Myers skips it ahead to Kukoc out beyond the 3-point arc. He's covered by Detlef Schrempf. Kukoc to the chest pass to Kerr, back to Tony. Skips it inside along, in front of a Cartwright, jabbed away. Controlled by Vinny Askew. Up the center of the floor. Over it comes to Detlef. Sways right, cuts left into the lane. Reaching in was Longley. Sent Detlef off balance, and he will get 2 shots.
Detlef does that extremely well. Get into the paint and just kind of get your arms tangled up underneath the arms of the defender. Vinny Askew with the pass, watch the penetration, and Detlef is just going to create some contact here. Just throw the arm in there. Longley with the reach. Detlef with the acting job.
Schrempf with 9 points. 45-40 the score. 9:22 to go in the second quarter. Did you bring your library card, Marcus?
My library card.
Yeah.
No.
This sounds like a library in here tonight. This could be the county morgue. 6-point lead right now for the SuperSonics. 9:13 to go in the second quarter. Detlef disrupts a cross-court pass, intercepted, lead pass to Payton into the lane. Fouled from behind by Kukoc as he goes up for the jam. This will send Payton to the line for 2 shots. Good foul administered by Kukoc to save the certain jam from Payton.
Tony wants to foul at the other end, but Payton was packing it. He looked behind him. Nah, son, you're not going to catch me. But Tony, to his credit, did not give up on the play.
Tony complaining about a lack of a call on the opposite end of the floor. Payton to the line, hits the free throw. And the beat goes on for the SuperSonics, who have hit now a perfect 10 for 10 from the line. Chicago will call a timeout. 47-40. The Sonics have their largest lead of the night now with 9:07 to go in the second period. We'll return in a moment here on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Please welcome the Sonics Share Exchange, sponsored by Adidas.
What 4 current NBA head coaches are former Sonic players? Oh, that's a good one. Think about it.
But 4 current NBA head coaches are former. Well, we know
Lenny.
We know Lenny. 3. Okay, Kev.
I'm over here sleeping.
I'm
thinking about the All-Star break, baby.
PJ Carlesimo, you ever play for the?
Nah, yeah.
Okay.
Work your way down the coast. Don Nelson never did.
Mike Dunleavy never did he?
No.
Butch Beard played for the Sonics.
Wiley never did. Butch Beard did. Yeah.
Butch Beard did. Okay. John Lucas did.
Very good.
And
Kevin Lockery never did.
No.
Seattle Club.
Don't tell me. Oh man, I said don't
that's
tell
right
me.
for 1 year.
Right, the Dennis Johnson trade.
And then he was gone. Went to New York. And then back to Phoenix to finish his career. The SuperSonics have hit 12 of 12 from the line. The Bulls have hit 3 of 3, and therein lies a big difference. Seattle leading here 47-40 with 9:07 left. Shooting for the game, Seattle 16 of 27, 59%. The Bulls have hit 17 of 27, 63%.
So the Bulls, they were shooting like 11 or 12 or something, 89% early. They cooled off, but the Sonics still at a real torrid pace.
Payton misses the free throw. Schrempf goes up to deflect it in. A late call by George Tolliver. They will rule it basket interference on Detlef Schrempf, and the basketball on count. It will be Chicago ball.
He touched it. The thing that gave it away, though, Detlef kind of hesitated after he tipped it in. If he just ran back down court like nothing happened, he might have gotten away with it.
47-40 the score. 9:01 to go, second period. Kukoc into the redhead Longley. Backing and bumping on Big Bill. Cross court it comes to Pete Myers. In low, the pass intended for a blunt, deflected by McMillan. Grabbed by Cartwright to center court, and Gary Payton with it. Gary handles it with a left and right hand, whirls out beyond the three-point ring. Now we'll set up the Sonic offense. He'll bring Detlef out high on the right. Askew will screen for Payton as he drops on the block. He'll screen for Detlef. Askew with a basketball out high and a ball. Illegal defense call whistled on the Chicago Bulls.
Called by Nate McMillan right in front of us. Illegal. Is it my imagination or has Scottie Pippen been on the Chicago bench for an awful long time?
I was just thinking the same thing. Would anticipate him coming back at any moment. 8.5 minutes to go in the second half. 47-40 the score. Payton on the wing to Detlef. Out on top it comes to Vinny Askew. Lobs it on the block to Payton. He'll turn, but it was fouled before the shot. Steve Kerr bumped him on the pass inside to Gary Payton.
There's Steve Kerr with the goatee.
Little Dobie Gillis action. Maynard Krebs, I'm told, is the character on Dobie Gillis. Had the goatee. Played by Bob Denver, a.k.a. Gilligan.
You know who he looks like? He looks like the actor, comedian guy. I was thinking.
Yeah, that guy. Schrempf in the lane, double teamed. Out it comes to Vinny Askew. Vinny beyond the three-point ring, drives into the lane outside of Mack, raises for three, rimmed it short. Detlef follows, deflects a rebound, but tapped away by Kerr into the hands of Tony Kukoc. Tony double teamed at midcourt. Had it stripped away by Askew. Grabbed by Payton. Races into the lane and lays it up and in.
Sonics with a basket bushel full of steals tonight. Doing a good job with the quick hands.
Sonics lead it by 9. 7:48 to go in the second period. 49-40. Kukoc with a rock. Out high on the right. 7-0 Sonic run. Kukoc braces. Fires a three. Rimmed it off. Rebound jabbed away by Luke Longley. Grabbed by McMillan. Up the floor to Payton. Skip it back to Nate. Into the lane. Runs to the hole. And finger rolls it up and in.
Sonics continue to play defense and run. This is a downtrodden team. They're tired. Keep the pressure up. Keep pushing it.
11-point lead at 51-40. 7:21 to go in the second period. Kukoc sideline right. Backing down. Triple team. Double to Longley. Steps to the hole. Rolls it up. He walked to the basketball.
Luke Longley with the stress fracture. Just got back January 4th. What happened to Luke's tooth? Phil Jackson not very happy with what's going on. His team is falling apart, but Scottie Pippen on the bench. Phil, what do you expect?
12 turnovers on the Bulls, 6 on the Sonics. 51-40, Seattle by 11. 7:08 to go, second period play. Sonics have got to make hay. Payton down the left side. Trying to control him with the hands with Steve Kerr. And a legal defense is now called on Chicago. And a technical foul on the Bulls. Chicago will call a timeout at the 7:04 mark here in the second. The score, Seattle 51 and the Bulls 40 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Timeout called by Chicago following the technical free throw by Vincent Askew.
Vinny Askew will hit the technical foul shot. And the SuperSonics lead is at 12, 52-40. Largest lead the Sonics have held. Now the Bulls have had 12 turnovers here in the first half for 14 Sonic points. And again, the question begs, where is Scottie Pippen? He's on the Chicago bench.
Hey, Squatch. Hey, Squatch. Look.
I don't know if he's feeling under the weather. I didn't hear anything before the game that would suggest that. Gary with a nice pass, and Nate almost blew the layup, but the rim was kind to him.
What's on tap, you ask? Well, on our Miller Genuine Draft What's on Tap board, you've got the Warriors and the Sonics on a pay-per-view broadcast. Valentine's Day, get your sweetie something and sit down in front of the tube for some Warriors Sonic action.
Cold hard cash.
Material girl, huh? Lakers and the Sonics on the 20th at 7 o'clock. Lakers right now have the Sonics number. That'll be on radio and TV pay-per-view. Cedric Ceballos will not be in the house, however.
Yeah, that's a tough blow for the Lakers. Ceballos averaging 22 points a game, an all-star. Take a look at Sterling Forbes from Los Angeles. I know Sterling.
Where'd he play?
Well, Van Pelt's watch celebrates 69 sensational.
He's an LA kid, though, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure what college. He went to University High School in Los Angeles, but we played against each other a lot in summer leagues. And when I was attempting to make my comeback, I played against his team, and he gave me about 40 points, and I figured I wasn't as good as I thought I was. So, but Globetrotters busted me in the summertime. I don't have any business in the NBA. So I started broadcasting.
Sonics 52, Bulls 40. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. McMillan double team down low. Detlef to the glass and a pick and roll. Nothing but air ahead of him. He'll jam it down. He's got 12 points.
Speaking of airhead, that's again Bill Whittington's job to rotate from the high post and double team or to protect the basket. He didn't do it.
Detlef 3 of 3 from the field. 6 of 6 from the line. 12 points. Pippen out high to BJ left side. Seattle on a 12-0 run, leading by 14. BJ tried to skip it low to Kukoc. Overplayed by Detlef and a foul on Schrempf. First foul on Detlef Schrempf. Pippen is in with Armstrong and Kukoc now. McMillan will exit, and in comes Shawn Kemp to Seattle.
But I don't understand Phil Jackson. I mean, you leave Scottie Pippen out for that longer period. I mean, the Sonics are on a tremendous run. They increased the lead to 14. Now he's in a tough position trying to fight back in the game.
On the inbounds, Kukoc will fire a three. Missed it. Gary gallops in, soars to the hole, grabs the rebound, and wheels out of backcourt with a hard chest pass. They head front court left side. Detlef Schrempf with it now. Comes off the Kemp pick. Kemp rolls into the lane. Detlef can't get it to him. Behind the back skip pass to Vinny on the baseline. Bobbled. Grabbed by Bill Whittington. Up to Kerr. Over to Kukoc. Spotted a seam. Tried to penetrate. Closed. Outside BJ. Sinks a three. BJ Armstrong from the near side.
BJ can stroke it. You got to make him put it on the floor. But even now, he's a lot better at dribbling and getting it shot off. So that's not even the answer.
54-43 in the score. With the basketball, Payton whirls it over the head to Detlef. Hands back to Payton in the corner. Pippen comes over to double. Payton gets rid of it to Schrempf. He pops a baseline jumper that rims. Rebound grab by Pippen. Long lead pass out of backcourt. P.J. Armstrong pull up flip in the flow. Rattles it. Ball deflected. Grabbed by Kukoc. Up with a left-hand roller. He'll lay it in. He's got 10. It's a 54-45 score. Seattle leading. 5.5 minutes to go in the second period of play. 9-point Sonic lead. They led by as many as 14. Here's Askew from Payton. His shot won't go. Ball deflected high into the air, deflected outside even further. In a tip match, Armstrong wins it against Kemp. Rumbles up the floor, sends a cross-court curve, plants a 20-footer right side. And the Chicago Bulls figure they can come right back in Seattle. They've trimmed a 14-point lead to 7 on a 7-0 run.
Perimeter jump shooter, Steve Kerr, B.J. Armstrong. That's how the Bulls are fighting back in the game.
Sonics by 7. Kemp turns, whirls, double pumps over Kukoc, sent an air ball up there from 8 feet. Rebound grab by Winnington. Up to Armstrong, wants to run up into the alleys. Double teamed over to Kerr, picked up by Kemp. He'll drive by him. Kemp from behind recovers, deflects it away. Cartwright picks it up, sends it to Vinny. Sneaks into the lane, hunched over to dribble, and is wrapped up and fouled by Bill Winnington on his way to the basket. The skew will get 2 at the line.
Nice defense again. Might have been a foul against Steve Kerr as he drove to the basket. But Vinny Askew attacked the basket, looked up. He had Detlef on the right, Gary on the left, and Sam Perkins checks in. But he saw Bill Winnington back there, and his eyes lit up. Said, "Hey, I can get a foul. I can get some free throws out of this."
Vinny Askew, a son of Memphis. 14 out of 15. The Sonics have hit from the line. Vinny drops in a free throw. Vinny did not personally know Elvis Presley, but he had some friends that did. Free throw by Vinny, up and in. Vincent with 3 points, all at the line. 56-47 to score, 9-point lead. 4.5 minutes to go in the second period. Harper, sideline left, comes off the Winnington pick. On the switch, Perkins picks up Harper, who drives him right to the glass. Shoveled it up with the inside hand and drew the foul from Perkins.
Foul on number 14, Sam Perkins.
You're absolutely right, Kevin. It does feel like kind of a library kind of experience here tonight. As Ron Harper, the crossover dribble, draws the foul. Sam not quick enough to guard him on the perimeter.
Kendall Gill steps in for the Sonics. Seattle's outscored Chicago 15-3 at the line. Harper's free throw off the mark. They paid Ron Harper $19 million for 4 years, and Harper now in his 10th year is shooting 41% from the field and 8 points per contest.
And they wish they had it back.
Harper hits the second free throw. Seattle will bring it in bounds. Chicago showing pressure, but with 2 passes, they're up in the front court. Kemp with it to the baseline. Bang by Winnington. No basket. Before the jam by Kemp on the baseline, Winnington got him on the floor. Seattle broke that trap easily with 2 passes. They were up in the front court and in business with Kemp operating.
When you got Winnington back there as your protector, I'm surprised Shawn doesn't bang his head on the backboard more times. He comes from under that backboard, just extends for the dunk that doesn't count.
Kemp has 12 points, and the SuperSonics lead at 57-48. 4:25 left. Just needs a couple of blocked shots to become the Sonics' all-time leading shot blocker. Jack Sikma is the man that stands ahead of Shawn, but he did it in 9 years. Here on the inbounds, Kemp deflects the ball as he came like a raging bull toward his own bench. Full blast. George Karl had to sidestep it. Kemp with a deflection out of bounds gives it back to Chicago. The crowd appreciates the hustle of the Rain Man.
Finally a pulse.
Yeah.
This crowd, as they
are alive,
do show their appreciation. But now's the time they ought to be like cheering right now. Defense, defense, just really into it. Just kind of laid back, waiting for the Sonics to do something before they respond.
Wait for the latte man. 10-point lead, 58-48, 4:16 to go in the second quarter. Armstrong curls up the Winnington pick, forced outside by Perkins. Armstrong gives to Pippen. He's been quiet. He backs down on Kemp, triple team, sends it cross court. Harper from the baseline, floats it up, got it. Ronnie Harper. 12 points for Hart. Nice find by Pippen. He was triple team. Sent it cross court. Bulls pull with an 8:50, 3:55 to go in the second quarter. Payton with the basketball, turns the corner on Winnington, got tangled up with Kemp, whirls into the air, shovels it outside. Gill for a three, floats a rainbow up, won't go. Rebound, skips off the back lip. Pippen fields it up to the left side, swings it down the right side to Armstrong. Over to Winnington, his baseline jumper floats off the mark. Saved over there by Harper, who goes rolling into the baseline crowd, and it will be Sonic basketball.
Yeah, I thought Detlef Schrempf got a hand on the ball. I don't think Ron Harper needed to make the diving save, but I guess he saw something differently.
Harper went over there. This is the town where they created the mosh pit, right? And surely somebody's going to catch me here, and they did. Here's Perkins with it out beyond the three-point arc. Floats it to Kemp, backs down on Kukoc, quick wrapping spin to the baseline. Skips it outside to Gill. Cross court to Perk, up fakes, drives, leaves a runner from 12. No, Rain Man there, deflects it up and in. Kemp with those supple fingertip controls, just flicked it in. Seattle by 10.
Shawn Kemp quietly putting together a very effective basketball game.
60-50 the score, Seattle by a decade. Pippen over to Harper. Harper runs the baseline. Looked at a double team, didn't like it. Skips it to Winnington, sets, fires, got it. Bill Winnington, set shot out of St. John's in his 9th year. 60-52 the count. 2:44 left, second period. Hunched over the left-hand dribble. Kendall Gill has been quiet. Comes off the Kemp pick. A foul on Harper, who lunges out at Kendall Gill.
On number 9.
Yeah, Harper's going to really put a lot of pressure on Kendall anytime they're that far from the basket. I don't think he completely respects Kendall's ball handling ability.
Kendall Gill, of course, his friends and family looking on at Chicago. This game being beamed back on the Balls Radio and TV network. He hits the free throw. That's the way they talk in Chicago, those big-time announcers. The Balls Radio and TV network.
Got a sombrero.
Get him a sombrero, Arnie. Get a shot of it. Gill hits the free throw. He's got 4. Anyway, they're watching back in Chicago. Shawn Kemp, 15 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 steals and 4 rebounds. 62-56 to count, 2:30 to go in the second quarter. Pippen with the ball, hands off to Armstrong. Pull up Jay. No. Rebound in the lane. Grabbed by Perkins. Outlet pass to Gill. Beautiful finger tip control, right to left-hand dribble. By his man Harper. Into the lane, outside of Detlef. Turns, double, pumps with the right hand. George McGinnis lives. He missed it. Rebound Pippen. Lead pass to BJ. Over to Kukoc for the two-handed jam, and look out. Here come the Bulls, pulling from 14 back. They get within 8 at 62-54. 2:03 left, second quarter play. Kendall Gill will set up a play. He'll handle it out sideline left. Takes Gary Payton to the low block. Wanted him down low. Tried to give it to him, but it went off Harper's leg out of bounds. They'll call it a kick ball, and the Sonics will get it back. Nate McMillan will check in for Seattle.
They're trying to take advantage of the small size of B.J. Armstrong, but didn't work.
Sonics take it. McMillan in for Payton. Gill down on the block, comes off a Kemp pick, gets it on the baseline, floats it inside of Shawn, makes a miraculous catch in traffic, then hooks it over to Perkins. He'll spin it outside to Schrempf, fires a 3. It'll hang and rim. He is fouled by Pippen and will go to the line for 3 shots. Scottie Pippen nailed it.
Shades of Hugh Hollins, Hubert Davis, and the New York Knicks series.
That's right.
Hold on to the chairs. Scottie runs at Schrempf. Let's see. That was tough. I didn't really see if he grazed the elbow. It looked like he was awful close. Detlef kind of applauded and shook his head like it was a good call. So
yeah, you can't get away with that old veteran play. So
yep.
Schrempf with 13. Second one up. Rolled it in. Detlef with 14 points.
But Detlef had shot pretty much all the first half. Huh?
It was like the punt, pass, and kick contest. Just a kid up there just shooting free throws all day. He's 8 for 8 from the line, and 9 of 9. Schrempf with 15. He hits 3 for 3 on this go-round. 9 of 9 for the game, and 15 big ones. What a game. 65-54 the score. Seattle by 11. A minute and a half to go in the first half. BJ with the ball. Slants a pass over to Harper. Picked up by Kemp. 12 on the shot clock. Harper in low to Kukoc. Looking over the right shoulder with the left hand. Out to Harper. And off the ball, a whistle. Illegal defense on the Sonics Rain Man.
Their second for a technical foul.
Technical foul will set on the Sonics. B.J. Armstrong will go to the line. He's an 88% free throw shooter. Seattle's hit 21 of 22 from the line. The Bulls are 4 of 5 prior to Armstrong's attempt right here on the technical foul, and he missed it. goodness. 17-point advantage the Sonics hold from the line. Yet they lead by 11. Here's Kukoc into the lane, running in with that left hand. Kemp set him off balance. Kukoc wanted to foul and won't get it. Perk clears the rebound to Gill. Up in the front court, we have a walk on Kendall Gill as he got rid of a cross-court pass to McMillan.
That was probably a good call. Nate does that a lot. He just doesn't get called for it, but he'll take a couple of little baby steps before he puts the ball down on the floor.
He's the polar bear with little tiny feet. Here's Pippen out beyond the three-point ring. Out on top to B.J. Armstrong. Off the Winnington pick. On the right side. Oh, he is one funny man. Here's Kukoc. Over to Harper. To Pippen. Runs the baseline. Double pump. Stripped by Kemp. Grabbed by Detlef. Detlef up the floor. Over to Gill. Steps inside the three-point arc. Over to Perkins for the bomb. He missed it. Rebound taken by Winnington. 36 seconds remaining in the second period. 65-54 the count. 11-point lead. Armstrong to the baseline. Roughed up by McMillan and a foul called on Nate McMillan.
I don't want to leave people in the dark. That little bit Kevin did is from Richard Pryor's, one of his albums.
Mudbone.
Yep. Mudbone going to visit Miss Rudolph.
Miss Rudolph. Trying to get some mojo. Here's Kukoc with the ball. Left-hand side. Pull up in the key. Covered by Perkins. Over comes to Harper. Into the lane. Double team. Into Armstrong. Runs the lane. Stripped away. Grappling. Kemp with a jump ball. Good call, Marcus Johnson. Yeah. You should be an official getting that lofty pension and that 150 a game. Second, they're going to give Kemp a block on that. Well, he has 2 blocks, so he now has the record.
That's a block?
No, they will not give him a block. No, but he has 2 blocks.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right.
Here's the tip. It is won by the Sonics. They lead it by 11 with 12 seconds to go in the first half.
Clear out. 1-on-1, 1-4, flattened out on the baseline. Let's see what you got, kid.
Crossover.
Nice. Don't dump it. Don't dump it.
Oh, hammering man. Shawn Kemp. Strike dunk from Kendall Gill.
Kendall with the left. Ron Harper still trying to figure out where he went.
Open floor, and he put a right to left hand crossover, then a left to right, blew by his man, and packed at the hammering man. Strikes with a beauty. That will get the crowd aroused.
They're up now. Standing ovation for Kendall Gill. They like that. So you see what this crowd wants.
Oh, let's see it again.
Ball got a little.
And again.
Ball got a little moisture on it, so that's why play has been stopped. But Kendall's got an isolation out top. Just comes down strong with the left hand. Nice jam.
67-54 the score. The ball, I guess, after he jammed it, actually came down wet. The ball is soaking wet.
The ball just started crying. It was so pretty. The ball just couldn't take it.
Just so good. The natural oils just started to come out in that cowhide.
Natural.
Harper standing in front of the Sonic bench. I would not be in front of the Sonic bench if I just got dunked on. Payton is not going to let him forget it either.
Gary's like all in his face. They spent a lot of time this summer together.
You know Harper loves to slack jaw. Look at it. Harper loves to trash talk, but right now the Dean is reading him.
He's giving him play-by-play. See, he crossed over on you at the free throw line. Then he took your boy Cuckoo and threw down on him.
It's a pow.
And you know, I'm not going to let you forget that. I'm going to remind you of this all summer long.
I remember last year, Cliff came into your building in April. I hit you for 35, 19 boards, and I remember flushing on you that night.
He goes Kendall into the act. Yeah, Ron, yeah.
That was good, Ron. I didn't mean anything personal by that. 13-point Sonic lead, 3 seconds left in the first half. Winnington will bring it inbounds.
And the crowd comes alive.
They do. I just want to get a head start onto the concession
right.
stand.
Yeah, right.
Winnington will bring it in bounds to B.J. To midcourt he comes, hesitates. B.J. across midcourt, gives off to Pippen, and a foul. Nope. They will not call a foul. The first half is over. 67-54 the score. The Sonics lead the Bulls at half on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Sonic Basketball is brought to you by Cold Filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Get out of the old, get into the cold. At halftime, it's a 67-54 Sonic lead. Here was the play at the end of the second quarter with Kendall Gill maneuvering by Ronnie Harper.
We used to call that breaking a guy's ankles. He got it twisted around so awkwardly that the ankle just snapped. They just give away. Forget it. I'm out of here. But now, this is like how trash talking should be. It's good natured. It's all in fun. Payow. You saw that. You can read that part of Gary's lips. Payow. You know, probably like, Ron, you need to get retaped at halftime. I know your ankles are sore. Ron Harper's trying to explain it away, but to no avail. And Gary is not going to ever, ever, ever let him forget that. Rivers tries to get his couple of words in. In your face, baby.
Both teams shot the lights out of it. Bulls 23 of 40, 156%. Seattle 21 of 40, 53%. Chicago 4 of 6 from the line. Seattle 22 of 23. An 18-point differential. The Sonics enjoyed at the line in the first half. And the Bulls turned it over 14 times. Seattle hit 3 of 10 from three-point range. Chicago 4 of 9. Rebounding totals, the Bulls 19 and the Sonics 16. The Soups. The Bulls. They're both here tonight. Tony Kukoc had 12, Ron Harper had 12, and BJ had 11. Scottie Pippen had 7. He had 19 minutes of play. The Soups. Bring them on, baby. Kemp 15, Schrempf 15, Perk 10, Gary Payton with 10. Interesting line on Detlef, 3 of 5 from the field, but 9 of 9 from the line. Rainman, in addition, hit 5 of 5 from the free throw line and 5 of 7 from the field for 15 points. Yeah, Payton had 5 assists and 2 steals, Marcus, to go with his 10.
You got to get to the free throw line to be an effective scorer in this league, but the steals, the Sonics are averaging about 11 and a half a game. They've got 11 in the first half alone, so that's where they have to keep up the defensive pressure. Hey, break the record. Get 20 steals tonight.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, the Bulls are really coughing the ball up.
In that category, Seattle with, as Marcus mentioned, the 11 in the first half. Kemp has 3, Schrempf 2, Gary Payton with 2, then 4 players with 1 steal apiece. Everybody has gotten in the act except for Perkins. He does not yet have a steal. Shawn Kemp, in addition, has picked up 2 blocks, which means he now has the club record for all-time block shots. Career blocks. Shawn Kemp has the record now. Originally held by Jack Sikma. He did it in 9 years. Shawn Kemp has done it in 6 years. He's tied the record, obviously. His next block.
Oh, he's got the record.
Well, speed, water, record. Big build-up. We're going to, of course, build it up.
He's got the record.
As much as we possibly can.
You think they'll stop the game and give him the ball?
I think we should probably stop the game, our own initiative. I'm sure Jack is driving around somewhere in Seattle right now, listening to the broadcast, thinking,
break a leg, Shawn. Break a leg, Shawn.
May the record live long. Jack was not known as a shot blocker. Here are the Bulls now with a basketball. Out high on the right wing is Tony Kukoc. Ball high over the head. Hands off to Harper, sideline right. Harp working Perkins.
What's a clear out?
Crossover dribble, drifts into the lane, dumps it over to Scottie. Fields it around the knees. Schrempf all over him. Scottie double pumps to the iron. Missed the banker, but Detlef, who had been faked up into the air, tried to chop it away from behind. The foul is on Detlef.
And he knew he got him. He didn't complain. He kind of shook his head at Tommy Nunez. Good call. What's all this? I don't understand this smiling camaraderie thing between Detlef and
I think it might have some. Well, I mean, they played against each other for so many years in the Central Division.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
You know, when he was with the Pacers,
but
I guess.
Still, this is ridiculous.
And of course, the Bulls used to just hand it to the Pacers.
Right,
just
I remember.
Take them, as they did most everybody else.
Reggie Miller, Michael Jordan, that whole thing.
Yep.
The verbiage.
Second by Pip up and in.
I think it's more to what you were saying. Scottie wants to be here.
Yeah. Pippen with a couple of free throws. Anywhere, you kidding? 67-56 to count. 11:27 to go in the third. Kemp on the block, drives the baseline right by Pippen and flushes it out. Scottie says one of those nights. Rain Man going up. I can't get up off my feet. Bam, down it goes in a hurry. Kemp was 17. Seattle 69, the Bulls 56. Pippen outside the three-point ring. On top to Kukoc, chest pass in low, back cutting was Armstrong. Kukoc threw it by him and out of bounds.
Substitution for Chicago.
Well, I tell you, Chicago just
looks nasty.
not showing any concentration at all.
They look nasty. They're not focused, like you're saying. I mean, it's basically like, hey, we're out of here, vacation time. We got our reservations. See ya.
15th turnover on the Bulls. They'll be in Tahiti. Phil Jackson said, I'm going to Tahiti. We talked to him on the radio show before the game tonight. 69-56 the score. On the block, Perkins outside of Schrempf. Over to Gill. Jab steps, double team. To Payton, cross court. Perkins fakes the three. Darts under Perdue, gives to Payton. He up fakes Harper right into him. And Harper gave him the bailout because there was one in the shot clock, and I don't think Gary could have gotten rid of it. Fouls on Harper. It's his second, first team foul on the Bulls, and a non-shooting foul. You can't get everything. Seattle leading by 13, 10:40 to go, second period. Perkins with it. Feeds it to Detlef. Backs down to the left hand. He double teamed on the baseline. Skips it back to Sam for a three. He'll let it go, and he rimmed it short. Detlef comes over to deflect it. Kemp comes up with a ball in a tip match. Beneath the rim, stripped away by Pippen. He tapped it out of bounds. It will be Sonic Rock.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen saved Corey Blunt because he was about to get some major leather thrown down on his head. Shawn was coiling. He was coiling, Kevin. He was getting ready to coil and then uncoil.
Payton to Schrempf on the inbounds. The baseline flick won't go. Pippen grabs the ball. Pulls it like a grapefruit. Dribbles up the center of the floor. Pulls up, flicks a three, and rattles it off. Rebound. Kemp keeps it alive on the glass. Perkins comes down with a rebound. Shovels it ahead to Payton. Skip pass across the floor. Gill into the lane. Behind the back dribble into the lane. The scoop shot and the bump. He scored it. Goes to the floor holding his head, but count the basket. 71-56, a 15-point Sonic lead, their largest of the game.
Another highlight reel move by Kendall Gill.
Pippen in low. Blunt turns. High hook on the dotted line. He got nothing but the bottom of the net. He's got 4 points. 13-point Sonic lead again. 9:43 to go, third quarter. Gill up the sideline. Gary Payton toys with PJ off the Perkins pick. Sends it to Kemp. Drops, steps right into Scottie. Backs him off, then leads into it and hammers it down with 2 hands, baby.
And Scottie just glares at Ron Gerritsen, who was watching the play, didn't call the offensive foul.
Kemp has 19. Blunt outside, stocked by Kemp. Shawn wants that rock back. Scottie will get it. Mid-block, left side of the lane, working on Detlef, backs him down, and threw him into a walk as Gill came out to double it. 15-point Sonic lead, 9:15 left in the third, and they forced the 16th turnover of the game on Chicago.
But they're making Scottie mad. I think Scottie's going to elevate his level of play. He's getting pretty ticked off out there with the calls and non-calls.
Yeah, we got an offensive foul on the Supes. It's going to be on Shawn Kemp,
Number 40.
setting the illegal screen.
Is second.
Some players need to be upset to play at a higher level. Scottie's one of those guys, when he gets mad on the court, he starts taking you, dunking on you, rebounding and stealing.
15-point lead. Harper drives to the baseline, leans in, and scores on a finger roll dipper. He's got 14. 73-60 to count. 8:53 to go in the third. Payton double teamed as he steps into the paint, pivots, feeds to Schrempf, beneath the rim to Kemp. Double pumps in the air. He had contact made with Blunt and Harper. That's why he had a double pump. He was sent off balance, but he managed to score it. 21 for Shawn. 15-point Sonic lead. Harper comes off the Perdue pick, drives into the lane, feeds to Scottie, leans back, a 15-footer won't go. Rebound to the Rain Man. Kemp double pumps into the midcourt. With it is Gill. Gill down the right side, shovels his feet, sends it to Payton for a three. Got it. Gary Payton hits the three, and Phil Jackson had better call a timeout. Bulls trailing by 18 right now, with 8:14 left in the third.
Are you kidding? That Tahiti flight leaves at 11.
Harper to Pippen in the corner. That's right, he's on the coast. Pippen with a crossover dribble, double team out beyond the three-point ring. Cross court deflected by Gill, got to Harper, back to Armstrong, into the key, a 15-foot floater, rims off, rebound, tapped up and in by Will Perdue. Perdue was 7. Michael Jordan used to call him Vanderbilt, because that's where he was from. He could never remember his name. Schrempf outside for 15 on the angle, missed it. Rebound to Vanderbilt. Out it comes to Pippen. 16-point Sonic lead. Pippen veers outside, fades on a 15-footer, it won't go. Blunt jumps over 2 Sonics to tap it up, and a loose ball foul is called on Corey Blunt.
Good call, but good active attempt by Corey Blunt out of Cincinnati.
His second team foul of the quarter against the Bulls.
78-62, the Sonics lead the Bulls. 7:31 to go in the second period. Kemp is at 8 of 10 from the field. Let's see if they go to him. They won't. They'll isolate Salmon low. He knocks down Perdue as if he were a rag doll, and a foul is called on Perkins. You'd have thought there was an 8-point earthquake in this building, the way Perdue went down. Look at that. It's a big old building that goes timber.
Yeah, there's been a lot of banging even before the ball gets there. And Perdue just fakes that. That's a flop.
It is. Again low is Perdue. The Redwood hands off to Harper. Shadowed outside the three-point ring by Perkins. Seattle by 16, 7:09 to go in the third. The crowd wanting blood. Pippen into the lane. Double pumps between a double team. Missed a shot. Kemp on a tip match in low with Perdue. Deflects the ball out of bounds. Perdue gets the worst of it as he deflects it out of bounds. It'll be Sonic basketball. Perdue up to Perkins, up the floor, down the sideline to Schrempf, intercepted by Pippen, saves it inbound to Armstrong. Rumbles into the lane, forced to curl outside, double team to Scottie Pippen. Pippen right of the key, sends it cross court. Harper floats a three, rimmed it off. Rebound, Detlef Schrempf. Schrempf, lead pass, up in the front court. Kemp on a low, on the net. Whoa! Met at the summit by Pippen and a foul call.
Oh, Scottie, come alive. Yes, nice hustle.
Number 33, Scottie Pippen, his third.
That's going to spot a wide open Shawn Kemp. Watch Scottie Pippen. He recognizes it. And here they go, the high flyers. Look like a pretty good block to me.
Kemp, nonetheless, will go to the line. 6:40 to go in the third. 78-62 the score. Seattle by 16 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Shot contest. Our contestants tonight: Tony Davidson of Seattle, who entered in SeaTac GMC in Federal Way. Also Dave Roberts of King Harper, who entered in Hazelwood GMC in Bremerton. Tony and Dave will each have one chance to make a half-court shot for an all-new GMC Jimmy for a year. All right, Tony, step up. Let's see if you'll be driving a new GMC Jimmy for a year.
And watch, Gary Payton's going to do the nice skip bounce pass to Kendall Gill behind the back and a little up and under with a nice touch on the rim. Nice shot. Kendall came down on his head. Couldn't see it there, but came up holding the back of his head. And here is the Rain Man. Spin to the baseline. Corey Blunt doesn't know about that. That's his favorite move. Scottie thought he should have had an offensive foul. Shawn, in the meantime, finishes off the play.
A workout bag from GMC Truck. Now to enter the Big Shot Contest, just stop by your
The Bulls in the third quarter here have hit only 3 of 11. Seattle's hit 5 of 8 from the field. So the Bulls continue to turn the ball over. 16 turnovers for 20 Sonic points. You couple that with the Sonics disparity at the line, 21-6 they've outscored them.
Yeah, and you're in big trouble. You got a deep hole dug for yourself. 14 turnovers at halftime, 2 here in the third quarter.
Six minutes, 40 seconds left in the third quarter. The Sonics lead the Bulls 78-62. Seattle shooting 26 of 48, 54% from the field. The Bulls 26 of 52, 50%. Seattle's outscored the Chicago Bulls 21-6 at the line, and Kemp steps up and uncorks another one, and he hit it. 22 for Shawn. Phil Jackson sitting rather complacently on the Chicago bench. Kemp hits the second free throw, 23 for Shawn. 8 in the quarter. Kemp is perfect at the line, 7 for 7. Seattle's lead is 18 again. With the ball high post, left side, Will Perdue. He's got the windshield on his face. I think he got that from a Yugo. They just took a windshield out of a Yugo and strapped it to his face. Pippen into the lane. Ball stripped by Payton. Taken by Whittington, by Perdue, rejected by Kemp, and they will call a foul. No, goaltending on Kemp.
It's a terrible call. That was a scoop shot by Blunt. It just got out of his hands. Watch Gary Payton with the first block against Scottie. Payow. That Blunt, watch the scoop. Got it right there. That's a terrible call.
That's a good block.
That is a good block. Terrible call.
For the record. 16-point lead.
He breaks Sigma's record.
But not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, don't slow the game up yet. Don't take the game off. 6:17 to go in the third. Payton, the midcourt, comes with it. With a left-hand dribble down the sideline. Hesitates off the Kemp screen. Rubs BJ off the pick. Skips it ahead to Gill. Picked up by Pippen. Kendall sends a weak pass. Might have been deflected into Detlef. Flicked away. Pippen comes the other way, and he'll flush it. Scottie Pippen with a jam. He has 11 points. 14-point lead. Gill in the lane. Double pump to the hole. Drew a foul from Perdue. And he will go to the line. Kendall Gill got a quick basket with a nice little flick inside. Was that from Detlef? I guess it was, yeah.
Yeah, Kendall Gill moving without the basketball. Got him on the arm.
Kendall Gill to the line for one shot.
Whap. Head, arm, shoulder. Take your pick.
Gill had a big game against the Spurs. He shot the ball well. He had a great third quarter when he just exploded. He has a three-point play here as he hits the free throw. Sonics have outscored the Bulls 25-6 at the free throw line. Corey Blunt coughs the ball up. Shawn Kemp's got it to midcourt. Here he comes with it. Seattle by 17. Kemp pump fakes from left. Now goes left over to Gill. Now to Payton for a three out of the corner. Rockets one up, missed it. Pippen takes the rebound on the fly, loops it ahead of BJ, and a foot race with Gill to the glass. He'll beat him to the rack and lay it up and in. BJ with 13. 83-68. Seattle by 15. 5:14 left in the third quarter. Does this game seem to be dragging on to you?
Yeah.
Payton comes off the Kemp pick, cross court to Gill from 15. Pull up right side, missed it. Rebound to Perkins, back to Kendall. Into the lane he comes. Jump passes to Gary. Sets for a three. Rimmed it off. Pippen soars in for the rebound with just under 5 minutes remaining. Pippen to midcourt, pulls up, nearly lost the dribble, flings it over to Armstrong, trapped on a baseline, out to Pip, floats a three, and got it. Scottie Pippen has 14 points. Sonics being lulled right now, an 18-point lead, down to 12. Schrempf with it, comes off the Kemp screen, stops at the head of the key, bumps one over to Payton to the baseline, working on B.J. Armstrong. 10 on the shot clock for Gary. Gary backs BJ down. BJ flails with the ball outside to Perkins. Rotated to Detlef. Holds it above the head. Drives into the lane. Swings up a roundhouse hook that didn't have a chance. Rims off to the left side. Pippen with a rebound. Centers it to BJ. Into the lane. Pull up 12-foot stroke. Missed it. Rebound Perkins. Streaking away is Payton. He'll take it. Oh, no, he won't. Perkins threw it up in the front court. Threw it over Gary's head and out of bounds. The Bulls will take it with the Sonics leading by 12. 83-71 and 4:13 left here in the third. Nate McMillan will come in for Detlef Schrempf.
Yeah, just a blowout opportunity. Sam Perkins a little bit too much on the ball. Sonics had a 2-on-1 if he could have completed the pass.
B.J. Armstrong has the ball, makes a chest pass to Scottie Pippen on the wing, sheds McMillan with a stiff arm, veers out beyond the three-point ring and hits a bomb.
Here he comes.
It's a 20-footer for Pippen, actually. Well, not rule it a three. He's on the line. And it's a 10-point Sonic lead after leading by 18. McMillan in low to Perkins. Looks over the right shoulder. Dribbles in with the left. Turns. Made contact with a man, but rims off the follow-away jumper. Pippen the rebound. He's back. Pippen. Working Perkins with a dribble outside. Pippen. Officiating the game and playing at the same time. Skips it to Blunt. Off the high post. Armstrong cuts to the right side. Gathers in a scoop pass in the corner, draws a double team, braces and fires a rocket out of the corner, missed it. Perdue the rebound, sticks it right back up and in. Will Perdue with the offensive rebound.
Yeah, the little guys, Kendall Gill, Nate McMillan, not very little about my size, but they've got to put the body on Will Perdue. Nobody was close to him. He just walked in there, stumbled into the offensive rebound.
18-point lead, trimmed to 8 with 3:02 left in the third. A 13-3 Chicago run. Kemp backs Blunt down into the lane, and a foul is called on Corey Blunt.
Foul on number 44, Corey Blunt, his third.
Third foul on Blunt.
15 foul.
The 15th foul on the Chicago Bulls.
You don't want this game to get close in the fourth quarter. They're struggling at home already.
Shawn Kemp.
You know, doubt starts to creep in. The team makes a run like this, the Bulls. This is a team that was ready to be put away at the start of the second half.
Sure seemed that way, and Seattle built it to an 18-point lead and seemed to be gliding. And then Scottie Pippen
Chicago
broke out of his cocoon. Kemp hits a free throw. He has 24 for the ball game. The score is 84-75 and the timeout on the floor. 3:01 remaining to play in the third on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Scottie Pippen has led the Chicago Bulls back here in the third quarter from 18 back to pull within 9. Marcus, he has scored 9 of his 16 in the frame.
Yeah, Scottie got frustrated at the officials, then started making all kinds of things happen. Steals, dunks, power dunks, threes, fours, fives, you name it, he's doing it. Just spots up right in Detlef Schrempf's face.
Kemp hits a second free throw as we resume play in the third period. Seattle leading by 10. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. Harper with the ball. Sends it to Pippen high on the left side. Works up the Perdue pick, hesitates into the lane. Here he comes. Full contact made in the air as the Rayman steps up on Pippen to shut the door. Foul is on Kemp.
Yes, Mr. Brinkley, he was going to dunk that one.
But couldn't. Pip to the line. Scottie Pippen, a 71% free throw shooter, sinks the toss. He has 17, 21 points a game, 8 boards, 5 assists, nearly 3 steals, 37 minutes a game. The whole package. Second free throw up and in, 18 for Scottie. 85-77, 8-point lead. Pass up in the front court, breaks Chicago pressure. Askew with it. Back outside, McMillan works with it. 2:38 left in the third. McMillan working on Ronnie Harper on the far point. Pivots, looks, gets it low to Shawn, backs and turns. Fakes a dunk. The crowd who's in awe. The foul is called on Corey Blunt. Corey having his hands full. That's the 4th foul on Corey Blunt. Shawn is just using him. That old Bill Withers song. Just use him till you use him up. Yep. I know. Kemp's at 9 of 9 until that free throw. Clang, he missed it. The Sonics have hit 27 of 29 from the line. They've outscored the Bulls 27-8 at the line. Kemp second one up and in. 26 for Shawn. 86-77, 9-point lead. 2:29 left, third quarter. Bulls with a rock. Harper, sideline right. Looking low for Pip. Kick, save, and a beauty. Kemp lunges out with the left foot, kicked it out of bounds.
Scottie Pippen,
Chicago ball.
Scottie Pippen, beautiful job going from weak to strong to the ball. He just kind of put on the afterburners when he got in the middle of the paint. Blew by Vincent Askew, the defender. Had good position. Good thing the ball was kicked out of bounds.
2:22 left in the third quarter. The Bulls have trimmed the lead to 9. They trail by 18. Pippen will bring it in bounds to Perdue. Back to Scottie out of the corner. An 18-footer. He'll raise and miss. Rebound to the Rayman. Shovels it up the center of the floor. Here comes Payton with it. With the left hand off the Cartwright pick to the baseline. He comes. Cartwright picks down. Payton whirls. Goes to the hole. Hacked. Perdue got him. Will Perdue from behind hacks Payton.
Payton playing possum. Watch him just kind of lull Armstrong to sleep. Blow by him. Draw the foul. Good job, Gary Payton, with the reverse dribble.
Gary Payton found his 5th year out of Oregon State. Sports Illustrated Player of the Year coming out of Oregon State. 14 for Gary Payton. Luke Longley will check in for the Chicago Bulls. Gary, you want to see a guy react, just mention the name of Paris McCurdy to Gary Payton. And he will react. Paris McCurdy, one of the great names in sports. He was part of that Ball State team that upset Oregon State in the NCAAs his senior year.
Rick Majerus.
Rick Majerus is right.
They're like 26-3 that year.
Had a good club. Harper in low to Longley. Tangled up with McMillan. Up fakes. Threw a bump from Kemp and a foul called. Longley will go to the line. The redhead draws Kemp into his 4th foul.
His 4th. First in the last 2 minutes.
Well, the Sonics lead it by 10 with 1:49 to go in the third, but they're going to make folks kind of hang in there right on the edge of their seats. They had an 18-point lead. Looked like they were going to cruise. Looked like the Bulls were going to die. And Scottie Pippen had other thoughts. Longley hits the free throw.
SuperSonics substitution.
Perkins back for the Sonics. Out comes Shawn Kemp.
The Sonics also let them, allowed them to hang around longer than necessary.
Tony Kukoc will step in. Corey Blunt will check out for the Chicago Bulls. Luke Longley out of New Mexico. I saw him play the Goodwill games. Actually didn't play. He sat. He dressed, but they didn't even play the kid. I didn't think he'd be a player. Maybe the jury's still out, but he had his moments last year in Chicago when he played well. McMillan to Askew, drives into the lane, shot blocked by Scottie Pippen. Grabbed by Longley, fires it out of backcourt, Pippen with it. Over to comes Armstrong in the corner. BJ double team, out to Pip, Floats it cross court. Harper runs the baseline. Double pump. Try to reverse one up. Perkins grabbed him for the foul. And that will send Harper to the line. 87-78. Sonics leading the Bulls with a minute 25 left in the third.
George Karl and Scottie Pippen with a little interplay, but nice diagonal skip pass to run Harper, who draws the foul and attempting to finish.
Harper with that free throw has 15 points tonight. Tony Kukoc has 12 points all in the first half. He is now in the lineup for Chicago. Harper hits the free throw. Harper 16. The Bulls will pull within 7 after trailing by 18. With a minute 24 left in the third. Chicago throwing 4 guys at Payton, but none of the 4 really up on it. He's able to get rid of it to Perkins on the sideline. Cross court to McMillan, bluffs the 3. Kukoc runs out at him. McMillan sends it to Askew and low to Cartwright. Bill backs in, double team to Askew, over to Mack for a 3. Got it, Dave McMillan. Boy, they needed that. 9 for McMillan. Seattle leads by 9, 89-80. Making a 90-80 ball game. Beg your pardon, Seattle by 10. 54 seconds left in the third. Pippen with the ball. Blasts into the lane. He's tangled up and fouled. He'll get 2.
Foul is on number 17.
Vinny Askew grabbed him.
They called it on the floor, but he does get the free throws.
Scottie
bad about that. Was it the active shoot?
You had a layover here in Seattle. What is this, day 4 in Tacoma?
No, in SeaTac.
Day 3 at SeaTac?
Yep.
And you, it sounds like you picked up a cold here
Nasty one
here in Seattle.
A real nasty one.
Not even raining either, Marcus. No cold rain, no nothing. Pippen's free throw up and in.
Haven't been home in 10 days. I need some home cooking.
There you go. 20 for Pip, 13 in the quarter. It's all-star break for Marcus Johnson. McMillan in backcourt, double team by Kukoc and Pippen. Got to put a pretty good look on it. You can hear skin-on-skin contact. And actually, Kukoc is going to get the foul. That's the third on Tony. McMillan will go to the line. And again, the Sonics shoot free throws. 29 of 32 from the line. The Bulls have been 13 of 16. That's home cooking.
Yep, and that's aggressively taking the ball to the basket, too.
Yep. And also can be a mark of lazy defense.
That, too.
Yeah, it's clutching, grabbing, lunging, bludgeoning, thrashing, raging. Here is Schrempf back in for the Soups. McMillan misses the free throw. The crowd is listless. 8-point lead for the Sonics. 46 and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. Seattle led by 15 in the third.
The fans really into it.
Oh my. McMillan to the line, hits the free throw. 10 points for Mack. Fans need an all-star break as well.
Yeah.
They do. 9-point lead for Seattle. 41 seconds left in the third. Kukoc has it corner court right with the left-hand dribble. Looking in low. Beats to Harper in the corner. Comes off the Longley screen. Slants to the hole. Found a seam and laid it up and in with a finger roll beauty. 18 for Harp. 6 and a quarter. 7-point Sonic lead with 27 seconds left in the third period. McMillan working the dribble. Calmly outside the three-point arc. Jabbing in the ball is B.J. Armstrong. Mack picks it up. Sends it over to Detlef. Schrempf with the ball over the head. Looking in low for Cartwright. They clear out for Bill. He turns to his right, scoops to his right, over Longley, up and in.
Cartwright kind of stumbles into the nice move in the paint.
Look like Walter Brennan. Luke. Here's Armstrong. Luke, I'm taking it at you. Here's Longley with it. Covered by Perkins, and Longley holds the ball as the buzzer sounds in the third quarter. 93-84 the score. Bet Joel Myers never did it, Walter Brennan. Sonics on top by 9. We head to the fourth in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Our co-pilots tonight, Paul Perdue of Seattle for the green blimp, and Glennis McCammons of Bonnie Lake in the yellow blimp. Now, Paul's blimp must drop a prize in both the north and west stands, while Glennis's blimp must drop a prize in both the south and east stands. Now, the first one back across the center court line is the winner. So keep your eyes open, fans. You may be catching a valuable gift certificate from Incredible Universe. Blimp pilots, ready, set, go! Congratulations, the winner is Paul Murs of Seattle in the green blimp. Tonight's winner receives a Microsoft jacket and a Microsoft Complete Basketball CD-ROM program, the ultimate multimedia reference for every basketball fan. Congratulations, Paul Murs of Seattle, the green blimp, the winner tonight. We also want to say thanks to Glennis McCann at Bonnie Lake for participating. You received some great prizes from Incredible Universe, the world's largest consumer.
On the Miller Genuine Draft NBA scoreboard, the Warriors beat Denver. What is happening in Denver? Lakers went in there, beat them by 2 the other night. Without Sabalos, Golden State hurting, beats Denver tonight by 8. Houston trailing the Clips 55-46 in the third.
I saw a stat where the Clippers actually had a better record over a similar stretch of about 34, 35 games than the Golden State Warriors. I think the Warriors are like 5-28 or something over that period. The Clippers were 7-27.
Well, we'll see the Warriors here on Tuesday night. Bill Cartwright in the lineup for Seattle to bring it inbounds. Chicago going to show a little pressure now. Kerr picks up McMillan in the backcourt. Seattle leads by 9 as we head to the fourth quarter. Nate McMillan with a handle on the ball out high on the right, looking for Perkins. Comes to the ball side, fronted by Pippen. Nate threads it beautifully over him. Perkins turns, wheels it out on the angle. Up there for a 20-footer and cashed it in. That is our Sonics Horizon Air instant replay.
Yeah, nice ball movement, Sam. Inside out, he got it. Turned to shoot, spot Detlef. Bucket.
95-84, Seattle by 11. Pippen with a hard drive. Detlef got him with a hand outside, trying to guide him.
Detlef is trying to get the clarification. Can I bid more this way or can I bid more that way? What do I have to do?
Pippen will bring it in bounds for Chicago. Sonics leading by 11. Pippen with the inbounds, handles it out beyond the three-point ring, comes off the long lead pick, floats a three, rims around and falls off into the hands of Dollarville. Card right up ahead of McMillan. Down the right side over to Vinny Askew, the fiddler. Floats it low to Detlef. He's doubled on a block. With the left hand, he pokes it outside, but reaching in to get him with B.J. Armstrong.
Yeah, now is the time when this crowd needs to really get alive and just boost the Sonics up to higher heights, as we talked about the other night. They can put this team away for good right at this point.
I haven't seen anybody with a rally rag here tonight, though.
Yeah, I guess not a whole lot.
Shows you the impact we have, or I have. 95-84 the score, 11-12 to go here in the fourth period. Nobody showed up with a rally rag.
What do you mean we, Kimosabe?
Somebody would show up with a rally rag, Tonto. Here's Askew dribbling in deep, double teamed outside of McMillan. Cross court to Schrempf, overthrew him, but deflected by Pip, up and out of bounds. Guy over there on the sideline trying to impress his date, had to hold that ball, and he just lost it. It squirted right between his arms. So much for first impressions. Here's McMillan with a basketball, center of the row. He says, I was a football player. 5 on the shot clock and a whistle. Offensive foul on the Sonics.
It's an Askew pushing off, trying to free himself up for a weak jump shot. It's a little too aggressive.
George Karl pacing in front of the Sonic bench. 10:52 left in the ball game. Seattle leading by 11. Kendall Gill gets the call. He'll be checking in momentarily. Kukoc with the ball, sideline right. Now Pippen with it. Left-hand side of the lane, looking low. Pumps it to Longley, turns in the lane. High, shovel shot up and in. Longley with 3 points.
Just out-battled Bill Cartwright from position that time.
95-86, 10:29 to go in the game. McMillan over to Schrempf, 20-footer right side. Great rotation and busted at 19 for Detlef.
Well, that's 2 jumpers in a row for Detlef. One from the left wing, one from the right.
11-point lead now for the Soups. Pete Meyer with it, the man who replaced Jordan. Feeds to Longley, skips it low to Scottie on the post up and went by him and out of bounds. Another goal turnover. They're 18th of the night. Kendall Gill will step back in. Perkins will come out. The Sonics go small. Leading by 11, 97-86 with 10:09 left in the game.
Yeah, you can do this now. You got Kukoc playing the power forward spot, so that's Detlef against Tony Kukoc.
Mack across midcourt, out on top to Askew beyond the three-point strip. He's working on Perkins, or I should say on Pippen. In low it comes to Detlef. Palms the ball, double team, skips it to Gill. 4-3 off the bench, rattles off. Rebound, jab by Askew. Tried to flick it over to Bill Cartwright. But it went by him and out of bounds. It'll be Chicago leather.
I was saying, Bill would have caught that 10 years ago. That'd have been a catch and a dunk. But
That was a quick one.
overreaction is just not what they used to be.
11-point lead now for Seattle. 9:41 left in the game. Kukoc on top to Pippen. Jab steps left, goes left on Gill. Double team by Vinny. Over to Meyer. The open jump shot for Petey. Missed it. Rebound grab by McMillan. Out of backcourt, long lead pass to Kendall's. Deflected it, saves it on the baseline, but right to Pip. Tipping him in court with it. Look out, will it pull up for three? No, give to Kerr, the better three-point shooter. He rimmed it off. And over the glass, sent out of bounds.
You know, the Bulls are poised for one more run. They're only down 11 points right now.
18 turnovers on the Chicago Bulls. You were going to compare Kerr to an actor.
Judgment night with Emilio Estevez. They're in the RV and they get stuck in the ghetto. And this crazy guy, he's a comedian. He's going to have the hard edge on you. We'll talk about it later.
Schrempf with a high hook in the lane. Missed it. Kukoc with the rebound up to Kerr. Kerr in low to Pippen. Scottie says, I'm not sure who that is, Marcus.
Hit the ref.
Outside to Kukoc into the lane. Switches right to left hand. Flicks it up. Missed the runner. Rebound Cartwright. Out to Gill. Knocked down by Pippen. Stolen by Pippen and no foul. Oh, my goodness. He missed that one. 11-point lead now for the Sonics, but Chicago ball. Pippen's got it on the block. Palms it with the right hand. Standing still, double teamed out to Kerr. Floats a bomb. Got a 20-footer. Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr. That's how they say in Arizona when you score a bucket. He gets knocked down that long jump shot. Now they're only 9 down.
9-point lead for Seattle. 8:19 to go in the game. McMillan. Vinny runs the baseline with the left-hand dribble. Bumped out on the floor. Makeup call. Can you say that makeup call? Scottie Pippen got it. That's his fourth. He leg whipped Askew. Judd Bushler will check into the lineup now for the Chicago Bulls, and out will come Scottie Pippen. Bushler, 6'6" and 220 from Arizona. Bushler in his 6th year. It's a 9-point lead for the SuperSonics. 8:11 to go in the contest. McMillan to Gill. Perfect timing play. Lays it up. Drew the foul on Bushler. And Gill will get the basket and go to the line.
Nice offense, the curl off the single screen. The key is delivering the pass right where the man is open, right in the middle of the lane. Nick McMillan does that. Nice. He had to even get that one over Myers. Myers on top of the defender, on top of the offensive player like he's supposed to be playing defense, but that was just a good pass by Nick McMillan.
Kendall Gill's free throw is in. 14 for Kendall Gill. Sonics at the line have been 31 of 35 and have outscored the Bulls 31-13. Kukoc with a ball out high on the right, fires a three-pointer. No, it's a two-pointer just inside the arc, and he hit it, cast it in. 14 for Tony. Seattle's McMillan walks coming out of backcourt. Seattle by 10 with 7:50 to go in the game. That is the Sonics' 15th turnover of the game. The Bulls are guilty of 18.
Second time that traveling violation. They catches it, takes a little itty-bitty steps. Tommy Nunez right on top of the play.
Kukoc to the ball to the baseline, double team, skips it back to Longley, cross-court pass, over it comes to Myers, hesitates, drives into the lane, double teamed over to Kerr, leans back and drains a 17-footer right side.
Steve Kerr.
And the Sonics lead is 8 with 7.5 minutes to go in the game.
Here we go.
Gill in low to Askew, doubled outside to Kendall. Stops, now works off the Askew pick, trying to turn the corner, can't. Bushler stands his ground. Gill on the pass off to Schrempf is fouled by Bushler.
I said you get the A-team back in there, Shawn and Gary. Quickly. Could have been one of the righteous brothers there. Bushler.
192 to score. Seattle by 8, 7:16 to go in the game. And the inbounds. Vinny turns into the key. Swings it over to Gill. Tight ropes the baseline. Was he forced out? Nope. He just stepped on the baseline. Out of bounds. Turnover to the Sonics. And now Chicago has possession. Down 8 with 7:10 to go. And this game is
possession and momentum.
It's getting a little dangerous.
Yeah. And without Scottie Pippen on the floor, Gary Payton's not out there. Shawn Kemp.
Seattle's turned it over 6 times in the fourth quarter for 16 turnovers. Kukoc on a pick and roll, skips it back to Longley, intercepted by McMillan down the right side, center it to Dent, into the lane. Double pump, sends it to Gill, leans back and uncorks an 18-footer and got it. 16 for Gill. That's a big shot there for Seattle. They lead now by 10 with 6:42 left. High on the left side. Myers in low to Longley. Takes a look. Rebound. Ball stabbed away by McMillan. Nate with a pick. McMillan across midcourt. Floats it low to Askew. Takes it back pedaling. On the baseline at Cartwright. He walks with the ball. 7th turnover in the quarter on Seattle. And the Chicago Bulls will take it back, trailing by 10 with 6:24 left here in the 4th quarter. We'll be back after this timeout on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Thank you.
Comes some good defense here. Kendall again floods the passing lane. Excuse me, Nate McMillan floods the passing lane. And this is the type of shots that Kendall Gill I'd like to see hit more consistently. He's starting to do it now. That's that little medium range 12, 13-foot jump shot. Most of the time when he hits jumpers, it's usually the long 3, but that medium ranger is always there for him.
Enter Target Sonics Fantasy Sweepstakes, and you can be an honorary courtside club member for the Sonics host the Denver Nuggets on Friday, February the 24th. Visit Target stores today for details of this and other upcoming Sonic Fantasies from Target. Expect more and pay less. 10-point Sonic lead, 6:24 left in the game. Sonics have turned it over 6 times here in the quarter. They have 17 for the game. Chicago shooting 4 of 8, 50%. And the Sonics shooting 4 of 6, 67%. 17 Sonic turnovers, 20 for Chicago. These two clubs maybe looking to the All-Star break. Meyer floats it in low. Kukoc looks over the left shoulder. Outside it comes to Steve Kerr. Back to Kukoc. Doubled on the block to Kerr. Dribbles by Gill. Forces up a runner. Missed the shot. Rebound to McMillan. Up in the backcourt to Gill. Broken up by Myers, who goes tumbling over the scorer's table here at midcourt, but he's all right.
I've often wondered how guys sometimes they'll come out of a pile like that with a pin stuck in their butt, you know? Or a bick in the bun. It's like, ah! Oh, you see all the ink pins over there?
Or a microphone, and it's natural. 5:54 to go in the game. 102-92 the score. Sonics by 10. Cross court. McMillan to Schrempf. 17-footer on the ankle. Missed it. He hasn't missed many of those tonight. Kukoc with a rebound. Wheels it out of backcourt. Tony with a left-hand handle. In low to Will Perdue. Scanning left and right. Kemp up on his bumper. Kerr will get the ball. Dribble to the baseline. Trap double teamed. And did he call a timeout? He did. Kerr calls the 22nd timeout. He saw the double team all over him and called the timeout. Good trap by the Sonics set on Steve Kerr, and he knew he had been had.
Yeah, Shawn Kemp, Nate McMillan, arms, legs, body all over the place, big and strong on the trap. Kerr knows he's in trouble. Does the wise thing instead of throwing the ball away, as Shawn and Kerr have a little interplay. I'm going to remember this actor. I don't even think I know his name, but he was in The Ref. You ever seen that movie, The Ref?
No.
Okay. So much for that.
I'm not helping you much, am I?
Dennis Leary, there we go.
Dennis Leary on Saturday Night Live. He did a little Saturday Night Live thing. Yeah. 102-92. As always, Terry Reed, our flagship coordinator, our engineer, man pushing the buttons back of that flagship station, KJR. When it comes to trivia, when it comes to the area of the miscellaneous information. Mr. Reed is on it. Bulls will bring it in bounds. Sonics leading by 10, 5:26 left. Kukoc, right side, pull up, lean back. Off balance jumper won't go, but he's fouled. Kukoc will go to the line. Schrempf got it.
And again, where is Scottie? Scottie has been on the bench a real long time this fourth quarter. But the Bulls are doing a good job of hanging in the basketball game.
Bulls 33, Sonics 27. On the hustle board, rebounding wise, Bulls have outboarded the Sonics. Seattle, however, has 14 steals. That has contributed mightily to the Bulls' ineptitude in handling the ball. They have 20 turnovers. 14 of those have been steals.
Good job by the Chicago reserve guards, Steve Kerr, Pete Myers. Pete Myers didn't do a whole lot, but Steve Kerr came in and played some decent minutes.
Kukoc has put the Chicago Bulls to within 8 with a couple of free throws. 102-94 the score, 5:15 left. Gill comes off the Perkins screen, stops at the free throw line, feeds outside to Perkins, hands to Detlef. Detlef on the Perkins pick. Kukoc was nearly knocked down. Hip check and a beauty applied by Sam Perkins, and an offensive foul called on Perkins. That is the 4th foul of the veteran from North Carolina.
It's a good call. Good call. Sam Perkins kind of stuck the hip out there, gave Kukoc a little bump. Watch a little give and bump. Watch him go find him. Find him. He's moving.
Bulls with it. Scottie Pippen drives to the baseline, switches to the right hand from the left hand, and Perkins is there to snuff it. A rebuke and denial. Tapping it out of bounds. Chicago possession with 12 on the shot clock. Beautiful block by Sam.
Sam can still get up there once in a while and throw that junk out of there. Good weak side help.
Pippen on the inbounds, handles it into the key. Over to Perdue, coming from the weak side. Kemp comes over, deflects the shot.
Got to be on Gill.
Foul's called on Kendall.
Foul number 13, Kendall Gill.
That's another good weak side defensive job, though, by Shawn Kemp, because that bucket would have counted. And that's another thing I like to see change. I think if a guy blocks a shot and it would have counted in a foul situation like that, he should get credit for a block.
Perdue sends up the free throw, up and in. Perdue with 10 points. 4:49 left here in the fourth quarter. 102-95. Seattle by 7. Purdue's second free throw up and nailed it. Perdue has 11 for the game. Seattle's lead is 6. 4:49 left. Freaky, strange, extraordinary things could happen at this time of the game. And with a 6-point lead, it's tenuous at best. There's Payton ramming into his own man on a pick.
One of them.
Blunt ahead to BJ, will lay it up and in. It's a 4-point lead. See what I mean?
See, now this is when the doubt starts to creep into the Sonics' mind. Can we ever win another game at the Tacoma Dome? We know we can, but until we do it, we still have the doubt.
4-point lead. Gill braces, double pumps over to Perkins. Takes a 3, 11 on the shot clock to Detlef in the lane. He nearly lost that pass from Perkins. Drives into the lane, double flicks over to Kemp for the open jam. Big play. 28 for Kemp. That was an outstanding pass from Schrempf.
Big play, but give Detlef Schrempf 98% of the credit. He made it happen.
104-98, 3:57 left in the game. 6-point lead. Right side, B.J. Armstrong. In low to Pippen, doubled on a block. Out to Scottie, cross court to Harper. Floats a 3, got it. Ron Harper makes it a 3-point game. Harper with 21. 104 to 101.
With that taboo, the go-to guy, somebody's got to step up and make things happen. You don't necessarily have to score, but like that, make plays happen.
3:33 left in the game. Let's see how they handle it here. Payton into Schrempf, or I should say Kemp, overplayed by Blunt. He had the steal and a foul from behind. Gary Payton came to get Corey Blunt. Third foul on Gary Payton. The Sonics had an 18-point lead in the third quarter. They led it 93-84 to begin this fourth period. And the Bulls methodically, quietly,
very quietly,
just chipped away at it. They are within 3 now.
But that's how the NBA is. You get it, that's why they say you get it under 10, you have a shot.
3:18 left and a 3-point Sonic lead. Seattle has 9 turnovers in the quarter. We got a tie game. B.J. Armstrong hits a 3. We're tied at 104.
You get it under 10, a couple of stops, you knock down a couple of jumpers, maybe a 3 or something, and it's
0-0.
104, 2:57 left in the game. Payton out high on the right. Sends it to Detlef. He'll square. He'll fire. He'll rim it. Rebound battle inside. Perdue strips it away from his own guy, Corey Blunt. Sends it ahead to B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong flicks it to Pippen. Pippen wants to set up a play. Pippen holds the ball, skips it to Harper. Uh-oh, he spins right by Gill and lays it up and in. And the Bulls have taken the lead. At the 2:35 mark of the fourth quarter of play, Chicago has taken a 106-104 lead. We'll be back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Rodney Harper carrying this heavy Bull team on his back. He knocked down a three-pointer to tie it up. Now the nice little drop step finger roll. Who said he was all done? Nice find of Scottie Pippen. B.J. Armstrong gonna show his stroke from the outside.
We mentioned early in the first quarter that Harper might be a wild card guy.
There he is.
Some big games against the Sonics. Last year, when the Clippers came in April and beat Seattle, he had a huge uprising. Something like 35 points, 19 boards. He was unstoppable. But he has had a lackluster season this year. Tonight, though, you wouldn't know it. He's at 9 of 12 from the field, 3 of 4 from the line, and has 23 points. Ron Harper has scored the Bulls' last 5 points. I beg your pardon, it was Armstrong that hit the three to tie the game.
Yeah,
and then Harper that hit the spin shot in low.
give the 2-point lead.
Substitution for Seattle,
I had called
number
Ron
10,
Harper hit the three, but it was B.J. Armstrong. But Harper stepping up his game. Somebody's got to douse out the fire.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming down the dome stretch. So get on your feet.
2:35 left in the game, and the Sonics trail the Bulls 106-104. Crowd trying to get the Sonics revved again.
Yeah,
Payton with the ball.
where were they in the third quarter?
Yeah. Like the Sonics, everybody lulled, and they were up 18. Kemp outside of Perkins for three to put him in the lead. Wide left. Rebound, Corey Blunt. Deflected away from behind and out of bounds. Now the Sonics continue to get out rebounded, 35-28, and now they can't get that offensive rebound that they so desperately need. They're down 2, and now they are the Hunters rather than the Hunted. 2:12 left in the game.
Yeah, they're in trouble here if the Bulls score.
Given backcourt to Harper. He tried to go to the grass. Stolen away by McMillan. Lead pass to Detlef. Pull-up jumper to tie it. He rimmed it. Rebound all Chicago.
2 minutes.
Stripped away from Perdue by Kemp. Saves it and bounce to Payton. Outside of Detlef. Soars into the key over to Gary from the corner of firing. Missing short. Blunt the rebound out to BJ. Down the center of the floor. Over to Harper. Runs to the glass. Lays it up. Chicago's got a 4-point lead. Harper with 25.
Kind of reminiscent of the other night when the Sonics could not get anything to fall. They didn't score the last 8 minutes of that ball game. Now the Bassett's got a lid on it again.
108-104. Chicago by 4 with a minute 41 left. Payton in the corner. Outside of Detlef. Off the Perkins pick, spotted a seam, drive to the hole, high banker, up and in, a high hook. Off the window, up and in, Detlef at 21. 108-106.
He's taking it upon himself to be the go-to guy to try and make things happen. He missed a jumper, but he's being aggressive. I like that.
Chicago by 2. 1:25 left. Perdue has the ball at the head of the key. Chest pass over to Pippen. Covered by Schrempf, up fake, drives to the baseline, in deep, loops it up, fouled. The shot rattled in and out. He will go to the line for 2 on the foul as Schrempf is 5th.
Yeah, Detlef just a little too aggressive. He cut him off on the baseline, then gave him a little bump. Scottie Pippen, the up fake, got him out of position. There's a little bump that was the reason the foul was called. If he just would have held his hands up without the bump, he could have got away with it.
Pip to the line, the free throw up and off the mark. Chicago has a 2-point lead, 108-106 with a minute 18 left. Pippen, 6 of 7 from the line, is 20. Second one up, he's short-armed, didn't he do it? Rebound, Nate McMillan. Outlet pass to Gary Payton. Runs down the left side, he's turned by BJ, hits the trailer, it's McMillan. Over it comes to Schrempf, out high on the right. From behind, Pippen deflects it away to Harper. Back to Pippen, challenges McMillan into the lane with the left hand, he's fouled. And Pippen will go to the line again.
His second.
Pippen will go to the line with the Bulls leading by 2, 108 to 106.
Watch the arms of Scottie Pippen reach around. That's what long arms do for you. That's why coaches like defenders with long arms. Let's see if there's a foul on the play. They got him on the elbow.
Pippen's free throw up and in. He made sure that time. Scottie Pippen with 21. And the Sonics trail it 109 to 106 with 1:04 left. Second by Pippen, up and in. And as Marcus Johnson mentioned, now the lingering doubts start to work their way into your mind if you're a Sonic player. The Bulls leading by 4, 110 to 106 with 1:04 left. A timeout's been called on the floor. We'll take a break and return in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Left in the game. Seattle down 4, 110 to 106. Schrempf with a basketball into Kemp, works his way into the lane, turns with a high jam, and he rolled it in. Man, he lost the handle. I thought he'd lost the ball, but it came right back up to him, and he jammed it to pull Seattle within 2.
Yeah, good bounce for the Sonics. Good aggressive finish by Shawn, but now you got to stop him on defense.
Harper with it. Over it comes to Blunt. I'd give it to Pippen and don't let anybody else handle it. Pippen's got it now. Spread floor. Jab steps inside the three-point arc. Feeds it on the dotted line. Blunt with a high hook. Turns. He's fouled. The second-year player from Cincinnati will go to the line with 36 seconds remaining. His club up to 110 to 108.
Is that it for Shawn? Fifth. He's got fouled. 5, but it looked like it was a late call. I know that. I didn't see much contact.
Blunt with 2 big free throws. His first one up, rims, hangs, and falls. Corey Blunt. Seattle had an 18-point lead in the third quarter. They had a 10-point lead here in the fourth. 102-92, and then some strange things happened. Yep. Blunt's second one missed it. Rebound McMillan. 3-point Chicago lead and a Sonic timeout. With 35 seconds left, the Bulls lead it 111 to 108. Now the question begs, who do you go to? Who's your go-to guy? Do you try to tie? Do you try to get a deuce and then a stop? What do you do?
Got a lot of time left. I think I'd still try and get 2 right away unless it was just a wide open 3 off a draw and kick situation. I think I'd go to Shawn again or maybe Detlef at the post trying to get to the free throw line. But you don't really need 3 right away. 2, you foul, put them at the line again. And if they miss, you have a chance to win it with the 3 or tie it with the 2. Shawn, nice move as he gets the ball back off the bounce and finishes strong on Blunt. Watch the lucky bounce back to him. He's got to lose it. Scottie Pippen trying to disrupt things. Almost did.
Kemp with 30 points tonight, but the Sonics have self-destructed here in the fourth quarter. They have turned that ball over, and let's see what the numbers indicate. 9 Sonic turnovers in the quarter for 10 Chicago points. The Bulls tightened up a bit. 5 turnovers in the quarter. 22 for the game. Seattle with 20 miscues. 20 points for 23 Chicago turnovers in this contest. Now, the Sonics had at last word 14 steals.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of the turnovers in this quarter. There's a couple of traveling violations. Nate McMillan, Bill Cartwright, some mishandling of the basketball. Gary Payton threw a couple away. I mean, it's pretty much just careless ball handling.
Gary ran into Kemp on that pick out there. The ball came free. BJ went the other way.
Yep. That's the kind of stuff that you look back on and your coach kind of makes you lose your hair.
And the Bulls have gone to the line 7 of 10 here in the fourth quarter. Seattle only been to the line 1 time in the fourth period, but they have outscored the Bulls 31-20 at the line for the game. 35 seconds left. Seattle down 11. 111 down to 3. I beg your pardon. 111 to 108. 35 seconds remaining to play in the game. McMillan will bring it inbounds to Payton. Turns, takes a look, comes off the Kemp pick, stops, holds the ball, gives to Kemp, back to Gary. Using way too much time. Over to Sam, up fake, steps out beyond the three-point ring, sends to McMillan. He'll step out, 22 seconds, over to Perkins. He got it! Perkins hit the 3 for the tie at 111 with 21 seconds left. Perkins hits the 3, and we have a tie ball game. And a timeout is called.
I said go for the 2. George Carl likes to go for the 3, and it works. You see why I'm sitting over here looking like a Mickey Mouse Club reject with these big headsets, the earphones on.
Boy, but Perkins had a man all over him.
Yeah, he sure did. He didn't have a look the first time, got it back, still didn't really have a good look. But he was so hot in the first half, especially the first quarter.
When he hit 2 3-pointers.
Right, that stroke is feeling pretty good. So George went right back to it, and it paid dividends for him.
I thought they were using too much time, but the patience paid off. They finally got Sam out on the sideline. They made 2 passes to him, and the second was a beauty because second time Perdue, just as big as he is out on the open floor, couldn't recover. But he still did a pretty good job to get a hand up and was running at Sam. It was a difficult shot.
Yeah, that was not an easy shot, but Sam, great concentration, ice water running through the veins.
And now you got to finish it. You got to come up with a stop now. And you're looking at a possible overtime. 111 is our score. The Sonics and the Bulls locked up into what began as a high-scoring game. 40-38 at the end of 1. Then Seattle outscored Chicago 27-16 in the second. Had a 13-point lead at half. Built it to an 18-point lead in the third. But only led by 9 after 3 quarters, 93-84, when the Bulls came back with a 30-point third quarter. Timeouts remaining. Seattle with 1 and a 20. Chicago with 2 full timeouts.
Yeah, it's so important to close the deal in a situation like this. You've got some redemption. Sam Perkins pulls your butt out of the fire. Now it's time to play some defense and force an overtime, or maybe possibly get a chance to win this basketball game yourself.
Camping instructions to Gary Payton.
I like that.
McMillan, Schrempf, and Perkins form a picket line at midcourt. Eddie Vedder, he's right on the edge of his seat.
Watch out for Ronnie Harper. He might try and win it himself. He's feeling awful spry today.
111, 16 seconds remaining. Harper with the ball up in the front court, 13 seconds. Feeds to Perdue. Back to Harper, 10 seconds. Perdue off the ball. It is Kukoc outside with 5 with 4. Starts his drive with 3 with 2. Bobbled it. Lead pass to Payton up in the front court. He's got time. Picked it up and off the mark. And that will end regulation. Score tied at 111. Had there been 1 more second left, Gary might have been able to get inside the free throw line for a running 12-footer. But McMillan with a big stop on Kukoc. A lead pass in the front court. Gary was able to get off a shot, but it was a bomb, and he rimmed it. And that will end regulation play with a score tied at 111. Seattle did a very nice job. The Bulls had all types of time, but were only able to get it out around the quarter court mark before Kukoc started his drive.
Detlef with the nice defensive help. Kukoc wanted a foul. He thought he was hit on the play, which he was, but he initiated the contact, and I thought this was good. It was right on line for where I was sitting. And Again, here's Kukoc. You're going to watch Detlef Schrempf, who's guarding Ron Harper at the top of the key. Going to step up and just jam the lane. That'll allow Kukoc to get inside. Good no call by the Zebras. And Gary Payton trying to finish it off with a desperation heave, and just a little off to the left. Just a little outside.
Gary thought he had it too, didn't he?
Yeah, it was right on line. Kind of drifted a little far to the left, but now you got 5 minutes to redeem yourself.
The Sonics are 2-1 in overtime. The Bulls are 1-3. This has a familiar feel to it, though. The Lakers on a Saturday afternoon, down 17 to make a late run to get into an overtime situation. Of course, in that game, Nick Van Exel was just floating threes, playing loose.
Yep.
And they carried it right into the overtime.
Now, I heard an announcer say one time that he thought that there was really no momentum for either team when you have an overtime situation. Do you adhere to that theory? Or?
No, I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, I think, you know, the team.
I think it's just like a timeout.
Yeah, well, the team that battles back, you know what I mean? That comes, if you're down 18, you tie it up.
But I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I think
I got to think about it some more.
I think it's just a team just coming out from a timeout, you know, before the overtime, and they're raring to go. Like you say, they battled back.
So you would say the Bulls have the momentum here?
I think the Bulls have the momentum right here. They've got Scottie Pippen, maybe the most versatile top player in the NBA. Many people think he's the best guy in the NBA right now.
And I also heard another interesting theory that we can see if it works here, that the team that scores 2 baskets in a row is going to win the game.
I believe that. You know what? I would go so far as to say the team that scores the first basket has a huge edge, I think. Here's the deflection up in the backcourt, and the Bulls control it. 4:58 left in the overtime. We're just underway in the overtime at 111-111. Armstrong to Harper. Over it comes to Blunt, high on the right. Out on top, Harper. Skip it over to Perdue. Hands it back to Harper. Slants to the baseline. Ran over Schrempf. Offensive foul on Harper. Harp trying to force his way in. Detlef with another good stop. He's come up with 2 big defensive plays. The one on Kukoc to end the game, and this one here to begin the overtime.
Yeah, I didn't think it was set from where we're sitting, but it looked like he got there in time.
111 to score. We're in overtime. With a basketball, it is Gary Payton. Works the right wing. Gary with the ball over the head. Swings it to Detlef, center of the floor. Looks left, goes right, skips it to Gary, threw it right by. Through his legs and out of bounds. Good golly. 21 Sonic turnovers.
Yeah, you know, you can't do that, especially in overtime.
Bulls bring it back with 4:26 left. Blood high on the right. Baseball to Perdue. Gives it Armstrong. Left side. Back to Perdue. Into the lane. Loops a left-hander up. Missed it. Rebound to Kemp. Outlet pass to Payton. Up the center of the floor. It comes at Armstrong. Over to Nate. Pull-up jumper. A 3. Rimmed it. Rebound will Perdue. 4:06 left in the overtime. 111-111. Armstrong ahead to Harper. Harper sideline left over to Pippen. Whirls 360 in the corner. Puts the bump on the floor. Double team. Scampers out of it. Pushes it cross court. Harper makes the catch on the sideline. Harper slants it with the left hand. Loops it up with the right hand. Flattens Perkins, and a foul called on Sam Perkins.
No, it had to be a reach. It had to be.
It's going to be on Kemp.
Yeah.
That is a reach. And it is the 6th on the Rain Man.
Yeah, that's a serious reach. Because Sam was set. Sam took the offensive charge like he was supposed to, but evidently Shawn must have got a hand on Harper or something. I didn't see it. Like a bailout to me.
Harper will go to the line for 2 free throws. A 64% free throw shooter. He did indeed, hanging up there short. He's a 64% free throw shooter. The Sonics from the line have been 31 of 35 for the game. Chicago 20 of 27. Yet, Chicago in the 4th quarter had the advantage at the free throw line. Here to the line, Harper. He hits the second, and the Bulls score first in the overtime.
And this is going to be a true testament to the professionalism of Kendall Gill. He sat for a long time in the 4th quarter, wasn't involved in the game at all. Can he get it back up to play in this overtime period and be productive?
Perkins with it, hands off to Gill, working on Harper. Looking over for Gary on the block, but BJ does a pretty nice job in front of him. They send it to Detlef for a 3. Knocked down by Pippen. He missed the shot, but will go to the line for 3. Schrempf will get 3 shots. Pippen knocks him down for his 5th foul. It's the 2nd time of the game that Pippen has fouled Schrempf in a 3-ball attempt. that he has missed to send him to the line for 3 shots. Pippen is upset. I'm not sure why, because he went right through Detlef, knocked him to the floor, and I don't think that was acting.
Shades of Hubert Davis. The New York Knicks series when Scottie ran out at him. When he was shooting the 3, Hugh Hollins called the foul.
Schrempf ties the game with a free throw. 22 for Detlef.
Scottie's life has never been the same since.
It's the only free throw the Sonics have, second free throw the Sonics have hit in the 4th quarter or in overtime. And now for the lead, Detlef misses the free throw. They'll get another with 3:29 left in the overtime. Score tied at 112. So Detlef breaks the string of 10 in a row with that miss.
We just had, what, 1 free throw hit by both teams in overtime now.
He missed the second. And the rebound is grabbed by Perkins. Outside to Schrempf, they'll rotate it. Use some clock with 3:23 left. Seattle's lost their last 3 at home. They're in overtime with the Bulls. And they have a tie at 112. Gary drives into the lane. High looper over Perdue, up and in. Gary Payton driving into the lane. Scoreless in the 4th quarter. He picks up his first deuce in the overtime, and the Sonics lead it by 2, 114 to 112. Pippen pursued and double team. Sends a cross-court pass to Armstrong. Threw it by him and out of bounds. Sonic ball. What a break.
Yeah, we talked about the consecutive buckets theory. The Sonics got 1. Let's see if they can score on this possession. If they do, if this theory holds true, they should have an excellent chance of winning the game.
114 to 112. 2:53 left in the overtime. Out high in the left strip of the ball. Pump fakes a pass in on the post up to Gary. Now dribbles out of the wing. Gives it low to Gary. Jabbed away by B.J. Armstrong, covered by Harper. He'll go right to the rack, lay it up, fouled on the floor. His shovel shot will not count. He was fouled on the floor by Gill.
Harper wants the continuation. He thought he picked up his dribble before the foul.
Well, Gary caught a pretty good chuck from B.J. Armstrong to pry that ball free, and off went Harper.
Let's see if Harper has a case at all. There's the push. He put it on the floor a second time after the push.
Sonics lead the Bulls 114 to 112. Bulls had a play last night at Portland where they were thumped. 2:39 left in the overtime. Pippen with the ball. Off the Perdue screen. Drifts to the baseline. Crossover dribble into the lane. Lost the handle. Perdue picks it up. His scoop shot won't go. Got his rebound and jammed it down. Will Perdue with 13. Tied at 114.
Nice offensive rebound by Vanderbilt, and long arms allowed him to dunk the basketball almost flat-footed.
2:20 left in the overtime. Payton off the pick, scampers into the key, skips it over to Gill. Long J at 3, rimmed it. Rebound Perdue. Bulls and Sonics tied at 114. 2:09 left in the ball game. Out high is Harper. Centers it to Pippen. Over it comes to Kukoc. Chin low. Armstrong turns. Fall-away jumper. No. Rebound off Harper's shoulder. Grabbed by Gill. Kendall stumbles with the ball. Strips it away from Perdue. Rolls off the floor. Head to Detlef. On it comes on the right wing. McMillan. Down the right side over to Perkins. Trailing for 3. Got it. Sam Perkins hits a 3 in overtime to put the Sonics into a 117-114 lead with a minute 48 left. Perkins with a big 3 to tie it and get it into overtime. And now the big 3 to put the Sonics into the lead in overtime. On radio will go away here on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Let's take a look at the 3 ball from Perkins. What a play.
Yeah, here we go. The Sonics needed a bucket here. Chicago just come down and scored. Sam gets the feet set, kind of the wide leg look, the bow-legged cowboy look as he delivers his 3. Watch the setup. And Payal just kind of rattles it home, hits the front rim, still goes in for him. That's the soft shooting big man, Sam Perkins.
Sonics leading the Bulls 117 to 114 with 148 left in the overtime. Joni Mitchell in attendance here tonight. There's Tommy Lasorda. It did look like Tommy Lasorda. There's some bald-headed guy with a microphone strapped to his head. Well, if you can describe that look that Gary Payton gave to our cameras, you're worth your salt. How would you describe that?
It's like, let's get the win. Let me get on the plane and get to the All-Star festivities.
Sonics by 3.
Need the win first.
Gotta have the win. Got to snap this losing streak at home. It's up to 3. .148 left in overtime. The Sonics leading the Bulls 117 to 114. Sam Perkins hitting a 3-ball to put the Sonics into the lead in overtime. The Bulls are using a lot of time during that timeout. They're warned by the officials now. They come out of the pack. Pippen, Harper in backcourt with Armstrong. Perdue and Kukoc up in the front court. They continue in their discourse with Tommy Nunes. Now we begin play with 1:45 in overtime. Seattle by 3. 117-114. Pitt for the ball. Pippen over to Kukoc out beyond the 3-point rack. Swings it in the corner. With it is Harper. Comes off the Pippen pick. Sends it low to Scottie. Turns into a double team. Gill and Schrempf are there. Pippen sent off balance. Falls to the floor. Got it free to Kukoc. Fires a 3 air ball. Air ball grabbed by McMillan. Up to Gary Payton. Gary works to midcourt. Hands off to McMillan with 1:18 left. Seattle leading by 3. 117-114. McMillan works Kukoc to the sideline. Stops. Feeds it over to Payton. Inside the hash mark. His pass to Gill. Overplayed and stolen by Harper. He'll center it to Pippen up the center of the floor. Look out. He'll pull up for 3 to tie. He rimmed it short. Gill for the rebound. Scampers out to midcourt with a dribble. Using clock with 55 seconds left. Now a burst of speed into the key outside of McMillan. Back to Gill. Kendall gives the rock to Payton on the wing. Working on B.J. Armstrong. Gary to the baseline. 6 on a shot clock. Out to Perkins. Winds up another 3. Got another one. Oh, smooth. Nails a 3. And the Sonics lead it. 120 to 114.
It's like have a nice vacation, fellas. It's on me. I'll take care of this. I'm guaranteeing we're going to have a good vacation.
38 seconds remaining in overtime, and Big Smooth Daddy comes up with a couple of big threes.
And that was a long 3-pointer. That was about a 25-footer. Gary looking at the shot clock, break it down. Little BJ kicks it back after Perdue helps, and there's Sam. That's about the old NBA 3-point range. Drains another one. Phil Jackson's like, boy, I wish I had this big guy on my team. I need somebody that can shoot like that. In the clutch, too. That's a nice shot in the clutch. Remember, Sam hit the 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. He had a nice stroke going. And tonight he's knocked down some big ones here down the stretch. And Sam with some rare emotion. The fist pump in the air.
He has hit 5 3-pointers this evening. 3 of them huge. One of them to put the Sonics into the 111-111 tie, and then 2 here in the overtime. Landon with a look.
And
Sam Perkins with 19 points and 10 rebounds.
And watch this Sonic bench. Everybody. The civilians. the Millionaire Boys Club over there, they're having a good time.
Yeah. They're all limping though. They're all up and limping over there.
They're looking good in those suits though, I tell you.
They are. But 3 of 5 shooting for the Sonics in the overtime, and the Bulls 1 of 6. Marshall Otis and Scheffler on the bench.
It's a monkey getting ready to turn into a gorilla on your back if you lose here tonight to the Bulls right before the All-Star break. You already lost 3 in a row. And the Bulls, you squandered an 18-point lead to let them back in the game.
120 to 114. The Sonics lead the Bulls by 6. 38 seconds left in the ball game.
That's a lot of time, though. That's just 2 3-pointers away from a tie basketball game.
And Steve Kerr is in. He's up on the balls of his feet.
A quick 3, a defensive stop.
They get it to Perdue, over to Pippen, into the lane, soars to the hole, jams it down, scoring quickly in the Bulls. 24 for Pippen. Seattle's lead is 120-116. Perkins breaks out of backcourt with a pass from Schrempf. Goes to the hole, is racked up and fouled, and will get 2 shots.
Will Perdue his 4th. First in the last 2 minutes.
He could cube it on these. He could ice it. He could ice it. Sam out ahead of the pack, takes it strong to the basket. And, wouldn't it be ironic if he missed these as well as he's shooting from the outside? I won't say that.
You know what? It's his first free throws of the night, yeah. He has 10 rebounds, 20 points as he hits the free throw.
Yeah, he's cool as a cucumber. Sam Perkins, no one on this team I'd rather have in this type of situation. I said it once before. Just his demeanor is just perfectly geared toward this type of situation, this pressure-packed situation.
He has scored 7 of the 10, making 8 of the 11 overtime points that the Sonics have scored. 21 for Perkins. 122-116 Pippen. Into the lane, outside of BJ, sets his feet. Now will take the dribble drive to the glass, scoop it up, and score it. 20 for BJ Armstrong. Seattle's lead is 4, 122-118. 18 seconds left. Detlef out of backcourt, double team, skips it ahead to McMillan. Up in the front court, back to Detlef in the key. He's fouled on the pass off to Perkins. And with 11 and 9/10 seconds remaining in the game, Sonic fans breathe a little easier. They have a 4-point lead, with the Sonics leading by 4, 122-118. And Detlef Schrempf up at the line.
Detlef Schrempf shooting 1 plus the penalty shot for 2 shots.
Detlef's at 10 of 11 from the, make it 10 of 12 from the line and 22 points.
I was going to say, I kind of like him at the line, too.
And he hits. 23 for Detlef. He was fouled earlier in the overtime when Scottie Pippen knocked him down on a 3-point attempt. He hit the first but missed the second 2. He hits this one, however, and he has 24 points. And the Sonics lead by 6, 124-118, with 11 and 9/10 seconds remaining in the overtime. Bulls have had a rough time this year. They're 23 and 24, 10 and 13 on the road. The SuperSonics are 32 and 12 overall for the year, and at home are 18 and 4. They've lost 3 in a row here to some good squads. Utah, the Lakers, and of course to
The Worm.
the Worm and the Admiral.
Oh,
And of course the Admiral the next night gets into foul trouble, gets banged up, and they lose the ball game.
and the Worm only 10 rebounds the next night after a 27 rebound performance here against the Sonics.
Well, he went to that concert the night before. He went to that rock and roll concert. I think a group called Bill Haley and the Comets. Never heard of them. Playing with Pearl Jam, and they were lighting it up down at the Moore Theater. And Dennis, I guess he just stayed out all night. Haley says he plays his best ball when he just stays out all night. They rolled in here and hit Seattle with 27 boards, 12 on the offensive glass. Sonics by 6 in the overtime, 124-118. 11 and 9/10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is an important game for the Sonics to win, mainly because of the scenario, the 18-point lead you squander. You look at the field goal, or excuse me, the free throws. Sonics still doing a good job of getting to the line. A lot of that predicated by the fact that the Bulls have to foul now, stop the clock, get the ball back. No 4-point play here.
Nope, Kukoc will bring it in bounds. Seattle leading by 6, 124-118. Kukoc will swing it in bounds to Pippen. Down the left side of the lane, the pass over to Kerr is deflected by McMillan, up and out of bounds. 8 and 4/10 seconds remaining. Seattle by 6, 124-118. Pippen in front of the Sonic bench will bring it in bounds. Gives it to Perdue, will get it back, fires a 3. He threw an air ball. Grabbed by Schrempf, shovels it ahead to Kendall Gill. On the break over Pippen, slides him with a left-handed jam. He packed it. And that will be that. Game over. The Sonics win it. Final score, 126-118. We'll be back with a recap for you in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.